Welcome into the Cannabis podcast, episode number 303. Yoink.
I mean, don't ruin it. Yoink.
Hey, what area code is 303? Go.
Oh, shit.
Over, dude.
Wisconsin.
Nope. Denver, Colorado.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You got me. You really got
me. Do you know a lot of other area codes?
Yeah, baby.
Give me another one.
I got them hoes in them area codes. You remember that song back in the day?
Oh, my God. Hey, Travis Scott, is he out of jail yet? Did you see that he went to jail?
In Paris?
Yeah. I didn't realize how big of a deal he is and that he actually
gigantic.
has 2 kids with one of the Kardashian sisters.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
She's actually a Jenner.
He was at
a Jenner.
He was performing when somebody he was performing and all of a sudden some fucking guys ran in and started fucking injecting people with a needle.
Oh my God.
And then there was like a big chaos and he didn't stop the concert and got ridiculed for it.
Really?
He didn't stop the concert.
Well, who was doing that?
Psychos. Yeah.
Just going around.
Yeah.
Could you imagine somebody doing that?
No. They busted through. They just ran right through and they started fucking doing crazy shit. And like people were getting like smothered.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he stopped the concert or anything like that. He got ridiculed hardcore for that.
Wow.
A lot of weird shit in Paris, by the way.
I can only imagine.
I think people are really, like some of the athletes are complaining about, they do like a lot of green stuff, you know, in Paris. Like they're like trying to.
Recycling and stuff like that. No, emissions.
No. More like you're not going to get air conditioning in your little thing.
Yeah, like emissions.
Which is a not uncommon for that area in England and stuff like that. There's not much air AC units and stuff like that. You'll have your the ones in the window or whatnot.
Window units.
So people are just complaining about that. They're complaining about the beds. I think that happens all the time. But do you see that hot girl?
From Norwegian.
No,
Norwegian.
She's 17.
From Norway.
She's 17.
Oh my God.
She's
okay.
17.
Okay.
No, we're not.
No, you gotta tell me that beforehand.
Don't edit. I don't give a fuck.
I
what
got 2 daughters.
She's a beautiful. Fuck that. She's beautiful, dude.
Who?
The Norway 17-year-old.
She's a beautiful girl. I didn't say it.
I'm just letting you know because I think she's 17. Which whatever. Like in Missouri, I think you're okay. But I'm just saying.
In the Olympics, dude.
She's god dang gorgeous.
Gorgeous girl.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
There is so many hot girls cruising around. It's unbelievable.
BG. 3-time Olympian BG. Because I want you to call her that.
There's so many hot girls cruising around. And I'll give you another example. So one of them, like, got booted out of the goddamn thing because I guess she was very, like, sexual and, like, doing her thing and probably, like, twerking.
Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah, no, they would be, well, they would have booted her out. Like, don't.
She was there, dude.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, she's
been there at everything.
She's an American hero.
Supporting everything.
But a lot of weird shit. And I just saw the ending of the whole thing.
So
you
what
know,
happened?
Tom Cruise. She got booted out. She was doing, like,
what?
I guess she was wearing skimpy outfits and doing this or whatever, and they kicked her out. But yeah, like that. I feel like that's been going on for like 3 months, but it's really like a couple weeks. But Tom Cruise at the end comes down, does his shit because I guess it's gonna be in LA.
A big women's basketball fan? Like, what? He must have been paid to be there for something.
Probably
because they were showing him. He's cheering like no other. I mean, you would have thought that he had like a daughter on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the soccer dads on the sidelines. Like he's just,
I think they're promoting him.
He was acting is what he was doing.
Well, of course he is. But I think they're promoting him because in 2000, the next Olympics it's going to be in LA.
Yeah.
And he's the biggest actor going.
Yeah.
And so that's probably why they did that.
So the guy who was the play-by-play.
Look at Andy's shirt, by the way. Lift your arms up real quick.
No, dude.
No, Andy.
You're trying to. It's dude, like it looks like I've got.
Trim that up a bit.
You think I've got
all you guys? It's all good. But Andy had this shirt on. And he pulls up. I'm like, this guy be a joke because I didn't know he was going to wear which is first Phorm. That's a badass shirt.
It's a badass shirt.
Especially 70 degrees here, dude. Right now, it's beautiful in Missouri. Yeah. It's awesome.
It's a perfect day.
It feels like it does. It is.
Yeah.
But like I'd say, just me saying, no big deal. Well, I love you.
Now you tell me you're gonna chirp it while I go. After the show starts, you're gonna chirp me.
Like I trim my underarm hair up because it lightens this. You get more stank with hair, obviously, and it doesn't. It looks more kind of fresh underneath.
Yeah.
And if you're kind of jacked, like it looks more like you see like the ripples in your arm and stuff like that. Lift your arm up real quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
I know it's a tough one.
Whoa! Whoa!
Why? I know. I've never.
Why, though?
I look like Kevin McHale in the post.
Why,
I told
though?
you that. Like,
Trim that mug
like you
up.
got buckwheat in a headlock or something.
Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Dude, come.
What? God damn. Dude, it keeps going.
I know.
It goes all the way down your arm.
Do you know that I've never...
You never noticed that in the mirror where you can just be like, fuck this.
I never knew you're supposed to do that.
You're not supposed to do anything.
Yeah.
But you probably should.
I asked Maddie if he does that. He says no.
Do you get BO?
Not at all, dude. Do you know that there's a study? I don't get.
Near this Kate.
No.
You don't get BO.
Well, I mean,
shit, 20
dude,
minute, I'll drink this goddamn energy drink, and I'm like, ooh, gosh,
dude.
if I had hair like that, it just
every
sticks to it.
human
Trim
being
that up.
does. But I use
Trim it up.
the natural stuff, and
I
so
use Kate's, sure.
do you?
Fuck yeah.
You use
I'll
antiperspirant?
show you right now.
Antiperspirant? Is that what it's called?
A secret.
Oh my god, dude. Is that your secret?
Yeah.
So listen.
And I kind of double dip sometimes. This is Dove Advanced Care.
Yeah, what does that do for you?
Dang good.
That's
It's dang
advanced
good.
care.
It's dang.
What is it for?
I've been golfing all weekend.
Is that
I
a
smell
lotion?
fresh? No, it's
Oh,
so
it's like a spray.
I had a couple big tournaments this weekend. That's why I'm pretty tan.
They weren't tournaments. Like big tournaments would be like if you're playing in like
no.
like if you're playing.
No, they were
for-
big to
for
me because
money.
a kid died of an
Okay,
overdose. Who
Those
was a
are
hockey player.
charities. You say a couple big charities.
Oh my, I'm sorry
Yeah,
about that.
so I know what you're talking
I'm sorry
about.
about
I mean,
that.
that's twice.
It wasn't.
That's
no, it wasn't a
twice-
member guest at Bell Reeve.
That's twice you virtue
wasn't-
signal.
That's not a virtue
Yeah,
signal.
you did it twice already in the
I
show.
look tan as shit.
The first
baby.
time you
What's
virtue
up?
signal was about the Norway girl, and then this time you're
She
virtue
was
signaling again.
beautiful. 17. It's all good.
Pole vaulter.
Beautiful.
Could you do
Did
that?
you see some of those girls? Oh,
There's a lot of them. There was
hot.
a.
How about the Canadian girl on OnlyFans? They're all chirping that Canadian chick that did a little, she acted like she was hurt, like, and then did a little,
Oh,
like,
the twerker?
She's hot as shit, too. If I was on OnlyFans, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll look at her up.
Is she on OnlyFans?
Yes. And everybody's like, we're representing a whore in Canada. I'm like, no, you're
Well,
not. Well, I mean, she does get
Cam, that is not the Olympic way, man.
I mean, listen, if you're on OnlyFans, like, you're considered in a different category as a normal woman.
I don't
just so
remember
you know.
Jackie Joyner-Kersee ever twerking after
No,
winning an
because
Olympic
she's like
event.
one of the most respectable.
BG doesn't do it. Rapinoe doesn't do it.
BG was
Sue Bird
crying
doesn't do it.
after they won and holding her hand to her heart during a national
She
anthem.
was?
Yes.
I think they were told to do that because all the men were doing it too.
No.
I think they were probably told by the
Okay.
Federation, which is fine.
Well, she still did it. I'm trying to give her credit.
Don't judge people for that.
Wait. You just said they're told to do it, meaning she didn't want to do it. I'm saying that
No.
she went through timeout.
That's not what
I'm
I'm
saying that she went through such a hard time when she discredited the U.S. here and there.
Did she cry during the anthem?
And hold on, and she bent the knee to the anthem because it's such a horrible place to live. And all of a sudden, she gets fucking picked up in Russia, goes through legit jail hell, and all of a sudden she comes out, she wins the fucking title, she wins a gold medal, and she puts her arm over her heart and cries during national
She
anthem.
cried?
I'm giving her credit. I'm giving her like, hey,
Wow.
you fucking now you kind of realize a little bit, hey, I am in a good spot. I don't ever want to deal with that shit again. I would never want to fucking live in Russia. I'm in a goddamn good spot. Is America perfect? Fuck no. But goddamn it, it's pretty damn good. And if I'm you, I wouldn't want to live anywhere
All right,
else.
let's break this down.
Besides
Let's
the U.S.
break this
and I
down.
think she realizes that
Yeah.
after going through such a hard
Okay,
time.
let's break this down, and we're not going to break down her
We don't have
actual
to go-
game. I
there's
think
nothing
she
to
had. I
break
think
down.
she
I
had.
just said it,
I
like,
think
that's
she
all.
had 2 or 4 points in the game. They were led by
Doesn't matter. They
Brianna
still won. They got a gold.
Brianna Stewart and I think is it Asia Wilson?
No one even talked about the women's
No
basketball.
one talked about
I
it
never
at
saw
all.
one highlight.
No.
I never saw one person
No
tweet
one.
about it. I never saw a goddamn thing about women's basketball. Because the 2 big ones,
Yeah.
Caitlin and Angel, weren't there. And that's fine. Mostly Caitlin. It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. But no one even talked about it. And all of a sudden they win. And you're like, good. Now we tied China for 40 gold medals.
I know that.
We shit kicked everybody else and everything.
In the
whatever.
silver and bronze.
I would like to get 41.
120 something medals
We
in
did-
total
we
for the
kicked ass.
U.S.
We
No one
kicked
else
ass.
even got over like 90 maybe.
We did damn good. Damn good.
Yeah. So anyway, so getting back to BG, what do you think she was thinking about during the anthem?
This ain't that bad here.
No.
It
That's
was-
not what she's thinking about.
Then why'd you ask me?
Because okay. Here's what
Just talk to you. Just go ahead. Just talk. So,
here's
you asked me a question. I answered it. And then you're
Okay.
like, how dare you?
No. Here's what she's thinking about, I think, is everything she went through. She's envisioning herself
Did I
sleeping
just
in
tell
that
you?
cell, dude. No,
What did I
that's
just
not what you
say?
said. You
Yeah, we got it pretty good here.
okay. But
Jesus, you get caught with a couple cartridges here, you're okay. Shit, they might take a hit, Like, you fucking even fuck with that in Russia, man. She's lucky she's even out. Yeah, dude, she went through
So
hell.
she's thinking about being in Russia,
She's
in the
probably thinking
jail
about her
cell.
family,
She's
being a
thinking
daddy.
about her family. Oh, God. Dude. You can't.
No, but she said that. No, why you
I
laugh?
you can't say that.
Why are you laughing about it?
Because you said that.
but
You're doing that to me.
no,
You're purposely making me
She
laugh.
said that she's.
I know she is.
So I'm just trying to.
Okay.
I'm the one
I
complimenting
know.
her.
And, okay. She.
You know what yourself.
Listen, and Diana Taurasi, the first 6-time gold medalist, she didn't get off the bench.
God, man, it's fucking brutal looking. I can't concentrate because your hair
Sure you can.
It goes all the way down to your side.
It's like, do you guys, hey, Google Kevin McHale in the post.
What's wrong
Why am
with
I
you?
coughing?
God, dude, what's wrong? Get on your game.
Hey, I'm
Get on your
I gotta
game.
get on my game right now. Wow. So anyway, you're doing this.
Slimy looking on
So, well, now I'm starting to sweat a little bit. 'Cause-
Why?
Well, it's just the lights are hot in
Beautiful
here.
here. It's 60 degrees.
In Half Coast Studios, it feels great.
Half Coast Studios, baby. Let's go.
So I bet you she was thinking about all the conditions. She's probably thinking about being on that plane, the exchange with the arms dealer.
The Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
What's he up to right now?
Oh. Well, Russia wasn't involved in the Olympics. I'd like to see Russia get back in there.
Oh, shit. Of course.
They always have a couple good.
They would have won a bunch of
They've got a
medals.
good gymnasts. They've got good track stars. They have good
got a
swimmers.
little bit of everything, man. They got good athletes there,
Mhm.
big time.
Did you
Beautiful women too.
Did you watch any of the women's like water polo or anything like that?
Yeah, water polo. I talked about that last week.
Mhm.
Were you listening?
I don't think I
I
was.
talked about last week. I brought it up
It's
last
like
week.
hockey.
It's hard. It's not even close to hockey.
It's kind of
Nothing to do
no.
with
They
hockey.
have like
It's
power
about
plays.
swimming.
They have
It's about swimming. It's about swimming and treading water and getting fucking pulled down and doing this and doing that. It's horrific to watch, man. Those girls are in shape, baby.
Mhm.
They're setting up plays like blah, 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 kicking it back like just like getting drowned, kicking it off, doing this, doing that.
So my
Being a goalie must be a bitch. Like that must suck.
Yeah.
You're just treading water, like trying
Oh
to
my God!
get up and
they
get in
had
the corners.
the game ended in a shootout. USA versus
Yeah.
Australia. Did you see the shootout?
No.
So Australia, okay, dude. Australia won the shootout, and their goaltender made one save. Everything else was going in.
Yeah, it's kind of like soccer outside.
I know. So
You know, it's pretty badass.
yeah.
some
So
of
my
these
favorite
girls.
Olympian, I would say,
Beautiful.
female Olympian, and not just like based on looks or anything, although she's very attractive, is Trinity Rodman,
I don't know.
the girl from the women's soccer team, Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Oh, really? She beautiful?
She's beautiful. Dude.
Wow. Who's
She had
her
like
mommy?
she had like long pink hair though, like it was like pink, you know, and
Who's
stuff.
her mommy?
Never married to Dennis. I think they just met one night. So
In Vegas?
somewhere. So he's got this other girlfriend. So I was kind of like checking out his Instagram last night to see what's going on. Like, is he supporting his daughter? He's not even like mentioning her.
I know.
I don't think they have a
he's out of it.
relationship. I
He's
did
out of
some
it.
Google searching. They don't have a great relationship.
That
She
sucks.
appreciates who her dad is, but I don't think he was there for her.
That sucks.
So what do you think he's thinking? That now all of a sudden his daughter is on the international stage. She scored some huge goals, dude.
Really?
She's one of their best
I'm
players.
glad you brought her up.
She's awesome, dude.
Yeah. What is her dad
Let me
thinking?
show you a picture of her.
I say her dad is about as
she's
selfish as
really
you can
cool,
possibly
man.
imagine. I think Dennis Rodman is probably selfish as all hell. He's thinking of the next day and what he's going to do.
Mhm.
Who's he hanging out with? Where's he going to go? What's he doing? I could be wrong, but if you're not paying attention to your daughter that's in the Olympics dominating, then what are you paying attention to? Yourself. Oh, yeah, dude.
Let me just get you some.
Beautiful girl.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
nothing like.
No, I
Thank
know.
God. He's a
Right.
fucking mutant.
I know.
Yeah, I know he was great with the fucking polls. Yeah. I get all that. But he's probably a fucking terrible dad. You're not paying attention to your daughter. Oh, she's a beautiful
Yeah,
girl.
she's beautiful, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That sucks. I hate seeing that.
So
Can you imagine like little Chloe's like dominating and you're just I got ballet stuff to do. Like you'd walk over there. You'd
Yeah.
swim
exactly.
with those arms.
I knew that.
I can't believe you wore that.
My float
Good for you.
device.
Good for you, man.
Well, I might change during the
No, you're not.
during the
No.
break. Cam typically takes a break.
I gotta
Right.
pee.
Maybe I'll change during the break. But anyway, congratulations to the women's soccer team. 1-0 game. They had a million chances though. Like put
You
the,
don't need to.
put,
You don't need to break it down.
put the ball
It's
in
all
it.
good.
Put the ball.
There's
in
so
the
much
net.
going on throughout
Put the
this
ball
last
in
2
the
weeks.
What's
They
up?
did a good job. There was some weird shit overall. If you want to button it up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they did a pretty good job. There was
Okay.
some weird fucking shit off the bat. I get
Yeah.
why people are like, "What the fuck are you
Mhm.
doing?" Like, I get all that.
Mhm.
Does it bother me? Not really. But I get why it would bother people. Why have these, trans in skimpy outfits in front of kids?
Oh, she's suing for
Why would you
harassment,
do
by the
that?
way.
Why would you have that? Like, whose game plan was that? I know that kid that you brought up
The
who was in
boxer.
charge of. No,
No, she's suing
who?
the girl.
Oh, the boxer. I don't blame her.
for
Although
like
you got XY
harassment.
chromosomes, like it's just all confusing. That whole thing.
Yeah, but they were calling her a transgender, and people were viciously attacking her. We talked about that
I know.
before. I'm not trying to go back to it.
No, I know.
But
I get, and we said, hey, you owe her apology.
dude, you bet, and no one's
I just
apologizing.
keep hearing more stuff.
No one's
about it.
apologizing.
Like I don't know. It's
So
still
a couple things I want to
confusing.
get into before we move on away from the Olympics. First off, real quick, to put a bow tie on the women's team, the girl from France who was a UConn star, they were down by 3 and she shot a 2 at the buzzer. Like, I mean, dude, you got to get your foot behind the line.
No one cares about you breaking
got to
down
get
when
your foot
these
behind the line.
girls were
I know she had
dominating.
her foot on the line, but like, you got to. How do you heave that up? And she hit it, but she was ahead of that, so it was a 2-point.
She just wasn't
So
paying
USA
attention.
only won by 1. You predicted the upset. You were almost right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay, I
and
see what you're
they had never. I think only the 3rd time in U.S.
So she
Olympic
had-
women's basketball history that the game was decided by single digits, and that's the closest game
Really?
ever. They're
I
down
almost
by
was right.
3. They inbound the ball, and she shoots it a 2.
Yeah, but how far? Like how much?
She was like, it wasn't like right.
So okay, so she was just in the moment.
3/4 of her foot was
Okay.
over the line, dude. Like, look down. You can't just heave it from 2.
No, you got to know where you're shooting.
You gotta know
okay,
where you're shooting.
that's interesting.
Okay.
I was wondering, like, I don't want to
The
be breaking down
men's,
everything.
the
here, but-
men's side, I thought this is one of the coolest teams I've ever seen, man. I love this basketball team. I thought they handled themselves
Coolest?
amazingly
The
well.
coolest team?
One of them.
So LeBron at the end, he gets out of his limo, you know.
To the
Some
kid?
little kid comes up to him like, "Hi, LeBron, don't you get by
That's
me?"
not what he said.
What do you say then?
Stop! 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 Now,
I know, so threatening.
can I set this
So-
up?
no,
and
I'm
ask
not
you
done.
a question
I'm not
about
done.
this?
Then he walks around, he starts doing his little dance, like, yeah, in front of the cute girls. Yeah, I'm going to turn that little kid down who is so excited to see you, and you yell at him like you're his fucking dad. If that was that kid, I'd be like, God, I would hate you for the rest of my life. I would hate you. You scared the shit out of me. You're 6'9". You're on top of the world. I'm a threat to you. Fucking shake my hand, give me a hug, or do something. Aren't you on top of the world? That would have pissed me
I've
off.
seen kids run onto soccer fields
And Messi would hug
to
him.
Messi, and yeah, I know.
Out of here. Then he does his little dance like me.
Yeah,
I'm
that
cool.
was
'Cause
a
there's cute
bad
girls
look.
watching there.
That was a bad
Oh,
look. Now
fuck outta
let me set this up real quick. I'm gonna ask you a couple
He
questions about it.
sucks. I can't stand him. He's the best athlete in the world. He's one of the best
Athletes
basketball
we've ever seen.
athlete we've ever seen. Probably could play multiple sports. Oh, everybody's like, he could play football. This one shit kicking motherfucker, some inside linebacker would fuck him up so
Yeah,
bad,
probably.
and he would cry. You turn that little kid
He'd
down.
be a
Little
pretty
kid just wants to
athletic
say hi to you.
Tight end.
And people are like, oh, he gets mobbed all the time. No one was mobbing him. It was a little
All right,
kid.
let me ask you this.
I know that's your boy.
No, he's not. I've never
and
been a
BG.
huge LeBron fan.
Although I like BG better than LeBron.
I've never
I
been
do.
a huge LeBron fan. I've always was a huge Michael fan.
Me too, man.
Okay.
And Michael's a dick too. Michael's a dick. But
Michael-
at least you know where he's at. Like, at least you know where Mike's at. Like, Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
you know who he is.
How
like,
is
you
that
just do.
kid getting that close to LeBron though in that
Dude, they're all
situation?
just sitting right there.
No, he's
Andy.
getting
Like,
out of his
get
car. Now listen,
Get out of here.
can I ask you this though? If you're LeBron and you have been getting mobbed really since you were 16 years old, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does it ever become tiresome, like where you just don't want
You
people
just won.
running up on you?
Get out of
You know
here,
what I'm
dude.
saying?
You just won. You just won. You just won. And it was one kid. It wasn't a 50,000 where you're like, God, I gotta go. It was one kid standing right there when you got out. You had your fucking 6'10" security guard acting like blah 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 blah. You had other guys walking out, and this kid's like, hi, congratulations. And you fucking scare the shit out of him like that? Get out of here. Stop it.
He probably
How dare
he
you.
probably couldn't
I need to
wait.
go dance in front of these girls.
He probably couldn't wait to meet you.
Get out of
that
here.
poor kid
Couldn't wait. He was dreaming about this.
dreaming.
He was
about it.
dreaming about you.
So if you're
And you yell at him.
if you're
like
LeBron,
he just got done, like, you know, like painting on the walls in your basement as your child, and you're like, don't do that.
if you are
Oh, that makes me mad.
on
dude.
LeBron's
He sucks.
PR team, how are you handling
You
this
think they're listening to
situation?
him? Or you think he's listening to them? No. Does what he wants.
Although
He's on top of the world.
although
He does-
MJ's son got,
Huh?
you see what happened to MJ's son? People posting pictures of him
What did he
doing
do?
blow
Oh no.
in Paris.
Yeah.
Who's posting pictures of that?
His buddies probably. 'Cause
Really?
What happened to Kuznetsov? What do you think? Your dipshit buddies can ruin you.
Odell Beckham Jr. too. Didn't that happen in a hotel or
I
something?
think it happens to a lot of you. And it probably could have happened to me back in the day if phones weren't that big. We could have got jammed up so much. It just was teetering at that time.
I don't know if someone needs to post that.
No, of course they don't, Andy. You don't need to post anything. But you do because you're like, I'm hanging with them, and they don't even
Yeah,
know
but,
there's
like,
residue right there.
You're
or
trying to
whatever.
ruin somebody's life.
How about the one hockey player we talked about that the other day? Like, he legitimately bought like fucking 2 8-balls, and he's filming himself fucking cutting up fatties, and he's posting it live on Insta story.
Yeah, who was that?
Who was that kid? Like a
I
Russian kid or
remember,
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron James. It was a shitty thing to do to that.
No,
kid.
dude, he's just, I haven't liked him for a while, LeBron. I told you.
Yeah.
With the police officer, go get him. He just saved the girl's life. This police officer saves a girl's life. This guy that's in fucking working in the hood, hardcore. This was years ago.
Oh.
And two black girls are fighting. One grabs a goddamn knife, was just about to stab this girl in the back, and the cop's like, whoa, puts her down. And everybody's like, go, a white cop kills a black girl. A white cop kills a black girl. They didn't see the video. LeBron didn't do his homework on it. And all of a sudden takes a picture of this cop who saved this other young black girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, let's get him.
Oh,
and it blew up everywhere. And he was getting death threats and all this
He
stuff.
was getting, yeah. I remember
It's
that.
just like that kind of stuff. Then he doesn't apologize for it.
Mm.
Then he comes out, his apologize. We suffer enough. And I'm like, okay.
Did you hear
Shut
about?
the fuck up.
Did you hear about the?
LeBron-y.
Did you hear about the that realtor who was doing a walkthrough in an apartment building because the people who were renting it out, I think it was in New York,
And he got jumped.
they were renting it out, and
Airbnb.
no, I think it was an apartment they were
Okay.
renting. But you know how sometimes if you want to get your deposit back, you have to meet the landlord there and they do a walkthrough?
Yeah.
Like to make sure that the place is like not like, destroyed or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what a walkthrough is?
Andy, come on. Don't
Okay.
bore the people.
So-
Jesus Christ.
The guy goes there for the walkthrough. And all of a sudden, it's just one of the tenants. There's 2 tenants, a husband and wife, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever. The woman was doing the walkthrough with him. All of a sudden, the husband comes in from the kitchen with a gun, ties him up with the woman. They both tie him up, duct tape, the whole 9 yards. Somehow, in dramatic fashion, Cam, he escapes. He gets out of the apartment, escapes from the chair with the duct tape. They call the police, both people arrested. He was a convicted felon already, so he's also being charged with unlawful use of a firearm. He's not supposed to have a firearm when you're a convicted felon. Does that mean Trump can't have a gun?
Probably.
Wow.
He's not carrying a gun anyway.
He's not?
No.
Did you
When
see those Secret Service?
Are you done with your story? Like, seriously.
Okay, so though
You are like, you
but,
need to.
no, but
come
dude,
on.
I'm just.
What else happened?
I'm just. Well, he got out and they got
Okay.
arrested, but then he's
That happens
scary as
fucking
shit,
all the
dude.
time.
Really?
Dude. Yes.
You can't even go to a walkthrough?
No, man. In New York? Is it New York?
Yeah, I think it was. New
Yeah,
York.
New York's getting fucking shit on right now, man. Yeah, no, this stuff happens all the time, dude. There's crazy stuff happening everywhere. I know that just popped up on The View, and you're like, oh, I'm going to keep this in the memory bank and bore everybody. But no, yeah, man, it's just the crime right now is nutso. In Europe, everywhere. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, Travis
one
Scott
common
got out.
denominator.
He got out. He was in a fight with his bodyguard, like fighting his bodyguard in the hotel lobby. The hotel security guard
Oh, yeah.
intervenes in the fight, and I guess he assaulted the security guard. The security guard calls the cops. They arrest Travis Scott. He just came from the basketball game.
He'll be okay.
He gets out, no charges.
Yeah, he'll be okay. There's another rapper that was there. Somebody tried to steal his car.
In France?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, you guys are, listen, all those guys are walking around the street and they're getting mobbed. And they're like, why are they mobbing me? Help me. Like, you know what you're doing. You're putting on a
Yeah,
show.
but the rest of the basketball players are cool as
No,
shit.
I'm talking about the rappers.
Yeah.
The basketball players, like Steph Curry was getting annoyed. I think his
His
family
mom
got-
was.
They're all getting
They
annoyed.
hit the baby or something. Somebody
Yeah,
like put their hands on
yeah.
that poor little
It's a party.
Aisha's baby.
But it's a part. Don't bring your baby around. It's a party zone, dude.
It's
Everything's
It's
crazy.
the baby's dad, their family, dude. They went to watch the gold medal game.
Yeah, but you're partying afterwards. I think
I
that's
think they were trying to get to their car or something.
from the bar. I think. So it's like, you're just in a mob zone right there. Like, shit happens, okay?
Mm.
It is what it is.
It's a family affair, though.
Nothing's a family affair whenever you just want a gold medal and you're partying at a bar.
That was
Like, what are you
LeBron,
talking
or that
about?
was Curry's mom who was getting really upset.
Yeah, and the other guy that got COVID that won the 100-yard dash, he got COVID. He's breathing heavily afterwards.
Who, Noah Lyles?
Yeah, and his mom comes on, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. My son.
Wait a minute. He ran,
blah, blah,
and they're saying that's why he lost, because he had COVID, and that's why he didn't run the 4x100.
Don't know.
These guys
This
are all
drama,
a bunch
like,
of freaking
drama
dominants,
fucking
man.
queens, man.
Are they testing? Are you the only one in the village getting
How about
tested
that
for COVID?
stupid-
Are they testing everyone for COVID?
Who cares? How about that fucking chick that's like has her PhD in like something ridiculous, and she does a breakdancing, like from
In
Australia.
the green.
She's got a PhD in like social. Who the fuck knows? Something so irrelevant, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, really?
And she goes up there and break dances. It's like a parody. Like, what are you doing? You see that?
I did.
What the fuck was that?
What
all
place
about?
did she come in?
She got 0 points.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, was
And
it
so she
was
made
it
it-
like a spoof?
No, you can have a spoof in the Olympics.
I know.
Why would you do that?
So
This is fucking-
so
why
she
would
did get zero.
She got zero.
I said,
Matt, you know what I'm talking about?
There's certain things that pop up. I saw it.
You know what I'm talking about with that weirdo chick that from
Yeah.
Australia that went up
No,
and broke it?
I
It's
know.
all over the place.
I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
sometimes I don't know if you know.
No, I know
Like,
exactly
keep a
what you're.
conversation. Matt, you want to come in here and take his spot, please? God.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, she's like,
She-
why did she make the team? What was that all about, Australia? Was that some like woke thing that you guys fucking?
Dude,
She's on because she does something. She looked like a goddamn fool. She's like this.
I know that had to be a.
Hey,
That had to be. A
What was
spoof.
that all about?
So when I'm seeing that, Cam, and I saw it, and certain things when I see it on, like Twitter or something, I don't have interest in it.
Well, it could be fake.
I know it's
There's
not.
a lot of
Well, I
fake
don't know
stuff.
what's fake.
I know that's.
I mean, a lot of the political campaigns are accusing one another of AIing.
Well, they're both. Yeah, that's another thing with
people
Kamala. Yep. And you see the
at the
reflection
press
of-
conference at the rallies.
I say, don't even worry about that. Why is it Republicans? Calm down. Why care about who's at her fucking rally? What is she saying? Focus on the fucking big stuff. Who gives a shit who's showing up at a rally? Who gives a shit about all that petty ass stuff? What is she saying? What's the substance? Where is this country? Where does she want to take this country? That's what you need to pay attention to.
Mhm.
Quit fucking talking about this and that and tampon Tim.
Oh my god, that's what
That's odd.
That's what you call him.
Well, it is odd. Okay.
What is odd
That you may have a mandate of having tampons
in the bathrooms?
men's little boys' bathroom. So little Ty walks in the bathroom at school and is like, "What is this?
Why would
Daddy?"
they go in the boys' bathroom?
Exactly.
Hold on, he's
Exactly.
he has publicly said he wants to mandate
he
them.
already did in
Where?
Minnesota.
He did. So in
Don't do
Minnesota,
any homework.
dude, not on. I haven't
Like,
done a whole lot on.
like,
I
just do a little
saw
bit.
somebody
Just
calling
do a
him
little
Tam.
Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like it's
No,
odd. Like little Ty goes in the bathroom. He's like, "There's tampons," and people are like, "I'm a girl dad. I had to drop tampons off to my daughter." We know. There's tampons in a women's bathroom out the wazoo. You can get them anytime at school.
Yeah.
Why would you have them in the boys' bathroom?
I didn't know, but like
Why?
to say I'm not paying
Why
attention.
would you be confused kids like that? It's goofy.
He's
to
being
me.
accused of lying with his his service time and what he did, and going to war and
That
stuff
ain't
like that.
good.
So don't tell me I'm not. I just the
Well, that's a
tampon
big one.
Tim
That's an easy
and
thing.
the break dancer. I saw the stories. I
It's
just
all good. Breakdancers just a
I don't
goofy thing.
click on everything, dude. I sometimes
I
you
know
gotta
you- I do.
scroll right through it.
I do, and a lot of it's fake. I get that. The breakdancer thing, I don't think it's fake.
Yeah.
She looked like an idiot. We talked
I'm
about
not into the name calling and all the stuff like
tampon.
that.
Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
So I didn't know what it was for.
That's what you do. He's a politician. This is not a 13-year-old girl. You don't name call, or even like a girl athlete. You don't name call them. But you're a fucking guy that's making rules
Mhm.
for your society, and they implement tampons in boys' bathroom. To me, that's odd.
Why?
That is an odd thing to do.
Why did Kamala?
Kamala?
Why did she pick him?
Well, she should have picked the Jewish guy. Funny how she
Seth
didn't.
Curry.
What?
Did you know
Shapiro.
he's Jewish?
Shapiro.
Did you know Seth Curry?
Why you change the
He's
subject?
got Jewish star tattoos on
Why
his
you
arm.
changing
I'm
the
just,
subject?
I'm just saying. Did you know that?
You asked me a question
Okay,
and
go.
you changed it because
Alright,
you don't
go.
even know how to hold a conversation.
All right, so go.
That's why you always had your own
Okay.
little radio show by yourself. You don't know how to hold a conversation.
All right, go.
You're asking me why she
Uh-huh.
picked him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Shapiro was the big choice, but he's Jewish. And she doesn't want to cater to the Jews
Mhm.
because of the big Muslim rise in Palestine and whatnot. They have to cater to the Palestinians and the uprising when it comes to that and the big war that's going on. So she didn't pick the guy that probably would have took her over the edge.
Mhm.
So she picked this. All
right, well,
huge
let's talk
progressive-
about this
this
because a
huge
lot of
progressive
Jews
and
are
Tampa
a lot
out
of
Tampa.
Jews are supporting her.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
About that?
Mhm.
Yeah, in your little neighborhood. Yeah, if I'm them, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but a lot of them are. They like her.
Yeah, she might win.
The recent
She
polls.
might win. She might beat Trump. Trump's stupid. Trump's tweeting out stupid shit.
Did he have a brain freeze yesterday or something?
No, that was somebody getting. That's another. See,
yeah.
that was
whatever.
somebody like a little young or older lady who had to go hospitalized.
Yeah,
He's
'cause he
watching.
stopped. I was gonna say it looked like he was
it's all
watching
fake news.
something.
A lot
I
of it's
know.
fake. And just like with Kamala too,
Dude.
what Republicans are doing. But Trump does stupid
Mhm.
shit. He tweets out stupid shit. He does. Is that going to make me not want to choose him or vote for him over Kamala?
Yeah.
No. But he does do dumb fucking shit.
Mhm.
He ties himself into everything, and he picks apart the stupidest shit about Kamala that you don't have to deal with.
Exactly.
Deal with her fucking
That's what hurts. That's what
policies.
hurts him.
That's what hurts him. It kills him.
Stop being
Thank
petty.
you. You're
Stop.
petty.
You're not on the playground.
You're 100% right, Andy.
And that's what people.
too petty.
You know.
You have so much material on her,
Mhm.
ton and tampon temp,
Yeah.
that you could just go and go. Don't worry about the petty little crowd size. Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck? In the end, it doesn't matter.
It's funny you say that because this is really the first
You know,
presidential election that I've covered as a political analyst. Like the previous ones, I
You're
wasn't.
covering it.
I wasn't
No one's
really
asking
as
you to talk
no,
politics on the radio.
No.
No one's calling Andy like, "Hey, what's going on with
Wait,
Kamala?" You're not
Hey,
doing that.
They're saying, "Do
okay?
you want to come on and talk about the
No, they're not.
policies?" But no, in reality, this is the first election that I've really we've been involved in this much discussion over it. In the past, other elections,
It's the first election in a while with me and you doing a podcast.
yeah, Tampon Tim.
Tampon Tim.
Can you think of a worse nickname?
Little Marco. I mean, when Trump belittles you, when he gives you little nicknames like that, and people don't like it, but you're a politician. I look at it like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like you're not, and he does it to other people too, but to politicians, everybody's fair game. I don't care if you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit what race you are. You're in the political game. You are fair game to anything.
Really?
Just so you know. Absolutely.
Like Tory Bush.
Like Cory Bush. You know.
You have to
she's
look her up. You
gonzo,
have to Google her.
psycho.
All the shit kickers out there in
Psycho.
Saskatchewan. You have to Google.
They
Google
don't care
Cory
about her
Bush.
as
Man.
they shouldn't, you know.
She was wild in her press conference. You watch her press conference
Yeah.
when she lost? I mean,
What
I was like, what am I watching, dude?
You probably voted for her.
No, I didn't.
Kidding.
I didn't
You're
vote.
kidding. Anyway.
But you know what? I will say, real quick, I like women in business suits. You ever go to a major city?
I think it's it's a professional look. I just don't think it's sexy at all. Like a Hillary Clinton business suit.
No, not that
She
one.
brought it to the map.
Not that one.
You know, now Kamala's wearing the business suits. I
But
think
when
it
they
looks
have the
terrible.
short skirts and stuff like that,
That's not a business suit, Andy. Do you get the difference?
I mean,
Business suit
with
is
a
long
suit
slacks,
jacket,
like
with
a
a suit.
slacks, and they're dressed like a dude.
There's no suit jacket.
Yeah, no, that's not. To me, that's ugly.
Is it?
Yeah, I just think it looks. It doesn't look. It looks what a guy would wear.
If Kate would,
I would never have. She would never even think.
I
about
don't
it.
think Laurie owns one.
She would never think to do that.
No.
Kate wore like nice skirts,
Uh-huh.
not high up, but like professional skirts. Look like a woman,
Uh-huh.
and it just looks classy.
Mm-hmm.
Business suits reminds me of Hillary Clinton. God awful.
No. I that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of something completely.
So anyway, whatever. I did that plane crash from Brazil, man. You know, guys know how I am with the plane crashes stuff.
Mhm.
Like that was scary. If you look at the video, it landed in this really wealthy neighborhood out of
like a
Sao
fake
Paulo.
plane.
It looked like what a helicopter would
Yeah.
do when it loses.
Nosedived, yeah.
It didn't nosedive.
It looked like it was
Did
going.
you not see it?
Yeah,
It did not nosedive.
Dude, it looked
No,
like
it
it was
didn't.
going straight
No,
down.
It showed that they were landing in Sao Paulo, coming from the small little area, a couple hours away,
Mhm.
and they must have gone so slow that the plane stalled. And there was very important people on this plane too. A lot of scientists, a lot of stuff like this, blah blah blah. And it stalled, and all of a sudden you could hear it go wang, wang, wang. Look, Andy, because you didn't see it.
Oh, here it is. right
Wang.
here.
It didn't nosedive.
It looked like a paper airplane.
Wang, because it stalled out,
Mhm.
meaning it went really, really slow. Why? Why would it go slow in the landing process? Usually that happens whenever you take off and you don't have enough air coming under your wings to be able to prop you up. You don't have enough power going on off the runway. This is when they were landing. It makes no sense.
If you look at it from
It's under
my vantage point, you
No,
see that
that's-
the wing almost looked like it was going straight down. That's
No,
why
I
it
kind of
was,
just went
yeah.
like this and it landed flat. Like
So
bam.
what happened to it?
It stalled out. Look at that. It stalled out.
And so how many people on board?
62.
And nobody survived.
Andy. No, dude.
Um,
Not even close. They only identified 5 bodies
oh,
because probably
what did it
you found
land
a foot into a backyard of a wealthy subdivision outside
Really?
of Sao
Any
Paulo.
recovery of a black box?
Yes, they got that. 100%.
And have we heard any recordings?
Yeah, it takes a while.
Have we heard from Federal Aviation to know of any type of communication that was going on?
From Monday, from what I've been paying attention to this all weekend, obviously, that plane crash was fucking horrific, dude. Just a horrific sight to see.
It's
crazy,
awful.
man.
So it was very depressing last night, but I came across one, and then I just listened to several others after it.
What?
Recordings that people make when their plane is going down or it's being held hostage, and they call a loved one.
Scary.
How their phones work so clear?
No, remember back in the day, they had phones on the thing, so you could dial it out and pay for it if you're getting hijacked.
This one woman is like, it was 9/11.
Yeah, I heard all those.
And she was telling her sister
93.
what the code was to her safe inside her.
Was it Flight 93?
It was.
Yep. When they took over
Pennsylvania.
People
thought that people think that there was that the passengers tried to prevent the terrorists from getting into the cockpit.
They don't. No, they're already in there, dude. That already happened,
and that's why they didn't.
It happened so fast.
Yeah, but
they were all part. Listen,
Can I just finish real quick, and then you? Because
go ahead, because you just take your time.
No,
my
because
bad. You're right. My bad.
Okay, because
Go ahead.
Apparently that plane was headed to run into a different, like the train tower, the Twin Towers crash had already happened.
It was going to the White House.
Yeah, and it didn't get there. See,
it was going to the White House. You good?
Okay, yeah.
So what happened was these guys they knew exactly what they're doing.
Could it get close to the White House?
Fuck yeah! How can it not? Now jets would have came by. It would have been. They started to figure out 93.
Are there planes on standby at all times?
Well, I think a couple hit already. This came from, I think, Logan. And it's
Pennsylvania, maybe.
Logan is in
Boston, right?
Yes. And it was going to California. And it's looped around. And then the Twin Towers got rocked.
Right.
And a couple other things happened. The Pentagon. And they're like, is there anything else in the air? And they figured this one was getting hijacked. So they had 2 fighter jets. And that's why there is a hypothesis that it got rocked from jets over Pennsylvania, which I drove by going to Jersey.
Because it just went down, right? It did not.
No, it did. It wasn't that big of a gap. So if it would have went down, it would have been a big,
huge... you know what I'm saying? It didn't go into a building or anything like that.
No, it was in the middle of nowhere.
Any type of structure.
Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
So you're saying that maybe it was shot down?
Yeah. Hey,
why wouldn't we know that?
Because it's
why wouldn't they tell us that?
Because it's easier to say that. Because people might say, "Well, why shoot it down? You never know."
Okay, so what do you say?
I say either way, it was going down, and it's better to go down and not hit the White House or kill other people. It was in the middle of a farm field, and so listen, there's going to be the worst case scenario. That wasn't the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario was that the plane hit the White House and killed a bunch of random people, including the president.
And where was the president? He was in Texas.
No, he was in Air Force One at the time. No,
he was.
He was reading
books to the kids.
Then he went in Air Force One. And they flew around.
They did with him on there.
Fuck yeah! Get away from everything. You don't know what's going on down there.
Flew around for safety.
Flew around, yes, making sure everything's settled down. They didn't know if there's other planes involved. What else was going to happen? If there's all kinds of different bombs in all these different cities. Remember how chaotic it was for months and months after 9/11?
Could you shoot down Air Force One?
It'd be hard to.
Because of the material it's made out of too?
No.
Outside of the protection that...
No, because it has it's got fighter jets by it.
At all times?
Fuck yeah. They got people watching that thing everywhere it goes.
So Air Force One is always being followed with some type of plane protection.
Everything. Now, could a submarine, a nuclear sub, maybe fucking fire something off or some sort of... You'd have to be really close. They have it all set up like it shouldn't happen. But then again, you could have a former president go up and talk in a goddamn middle of a field and have a sniper walk up on a building with FBI agents underneath and shoot 8 rounds off on a president and just miss him by a half inch.
Right.
That happened. Well, so I don't know how to answer that question.
And they knew about him.
Exactly. I don't know how to answer that question, Andy.
Yeah.
Could Air Force One go down? Yeah, damn right it could. Any plane could go
But
down.
I think
Would it be tough for somebody to blow it out of the sky? Yes.
because the material it's made out of it.
No.
Well, outside of the
Andy,
protection,
it's not made of dude. I could punch through that damn thing. It's nothing to do with that. It probably has anti.
you don't think it has some type of bulletproof protection?
Dude,
It's got to, Cam.
Andy, do you think a bulletproof is a missile hits that thing? You're gonna have some sort of material that's gonna save it from a missile? No, it's more like the technology. It has anti-radar. It has anti-this. You got pilots next to it, aircraft that will shoot down whatever missile. It has probably anti-stuff. Like there's all kinds of stuff that goes down.
Must have always had that too, though. I mean, like, I wonder when that.
Well, technology always gets better and better and better and better and better.
Right.
So it's not from the 70s. You know, I'm thinking that thing gets remanufactured every single year and it's pumped up and stuff.
I know, but
Andy, it's not like it's a bullet missile-proof plane that cruises around at 36,000 feet in the air. No, you could probably punch through it still. It's just like the technology to where you don't know where it's at. Like it's hard to like decode the radar. They have people watching and stuff like that.
you think it's weird or odd that
The plane still has to fly.
that media
You have to have certain material for a plane to fly.
that White House media travel on Air Force One?
Yeah, man. Like they have their own section, dude. They're way in the back,
I know.
or in the front, or whatever it is.
But sometimes, I mean, there's story after story. I mean, the president will just come out and chat or bring them up and whatever. They'll hang out.
Oh yeah, Biden does.
I don't know.
Kamala.
Did you see the interview with Nancy Pelosi about that? About her being the, like the ringleader of the pressure campaign to get Joe Biden to step down, and she did a terrible job in her interview. Like, I mean, trying to like deny it, but it was so obvious that she was. But you know, she's basically saying that Joe Biden's resignation letter to say that he's dropping out was not written by him. And well, we all know that anyway, right? It's not like he.
And he still thinks Joe's tweeting.
You think Trump is?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't see the difference? You don't see the difference in that?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden was tweeting when he was on stage debating with fucking. Are you out of your mind?
He wouldn't know how to tweet.
Like, do you notice that?
No,
like, you can't figure that out?
He wouldn't know how to tweet.
Read what Trump tweets,
Mhm.
and it's him. It's him literally talking.
Yeah.
That's
Like
his
you
problem.
can hear his voice
Stop fucking
through his
tweeting all the
tweets.
time, Trump. You sound stupid.
You think he's going to lose?
Maybe.
Like a lot of these important.
The Democrats
swing
have a
states.
ground game, baby. They got a ground now. She's got a bump right now, and it could. We got time left. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it.
Somebody.
It would be weird though. It would be weird, but I don't know. Trump has a lot of enemies, man. People hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala, they don't even know who she. The media is telling you that Biden's been okay. He's fine. He's sharp as a tack. No, he's not good. Now Kamala's the best. You never even talked about Kamala.
Right.
You guys fucking treated her like
never
shit.
really into the
You
picture,
guys
was she?
never. And now she's the best. Interesting how that works. You
Yeah.
can't believe the media. You got to look at their policies and vote on your own. It's how it goes. But do I think Trump's going to win? I don't know.
Why won't
I don't know, Andy.
she? Apparently, will not do interviews. Even CNN
Why do you think that is?
is saying, yeah, we are.
I know.
We have.
You're
They're
right.
calling her
Like
out.
Jake Tapper and them.
Well, if I was like
Biggest liberals
if I was-
ever.
yeah, but if I was Jake Tapper and like that's I'm a career interviewer, and all of a sudden I'm
career Democrat.
getting shunned for an interview.
There it is.
I
Andy.
call him out.
Good call on that.
I'd
You're
call him
damn
out.
Right.
You
You're
know
not
what I'm
talking
saying?
to us.
Yeah.
We've been backing you forever. We'll back you till the day you die, no matter what you do. And you're not going to give us an interview? You're damn right.
Yeah.
Why is that, you think?
So I'd call him
She
out.
can't answer
too.
questions.
It's like
She doesn't know what she's standing for.
It's like a NHL executive. Like if you're not willing to talk to the media,
I know.
how do you expect them just to like have the information or protect you publicly?
What if Alexander Steen, who we love, played with,
Mhm.
what if he goes up there and he's like, I'm not talking to the media? Like our Doug Armstrong, and Craig Berube.
Mhm.
Now, Bannister's going to have to do the same thing. But those two will talk to anybody. They'll answer your questions. Andy, no matter what, I know Andy's going to go first. Andy's going to ask the hardest questions right off the bat. And they answer it legitimately. They answer it honestly. They don't fucking play that game. That's why people love them still here. Army made mistakes. Chief made some mistakes here and there. They won the cup, all that stuff. But they answer questions. Now, there's a couple other GMs and managers in this town that don't do that.
Mhm.
And the media and the fans see that. They're not stupid.
And they stop going.
And they're like, what the fuck are you talking? You talking to me like I don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I've been watching you guys for 45 years. I know exactly what you're doing. Not to mention in baseball, I could look and crunch all the numbers I want to because analytics is such a big part. You're talking down to me like I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Right.
And that is such a turn off the fans. And that's why the fans are pissed at John Mozeliak. They're fucking pissed at all of them with the Cardinals right now. With the Blues, Army will come back. No, it's on me. It's on him. It's on our leaders. It's on, and he'll call guys out, and you're like, I believe you. I believe that that's going on. There's a big difference between the two, and you can hear it from the fans of St. Louis.
Okay.
You get my drift on that?
No, I get it. Yeah.
So like,
I was very passionate.
So like for you, like, what if you, man, like a guy on a team, captain, leader, assistant captain, he's not talking to you.
Right.
What do you mean? They're paying you fucking $10 million. You've lost 12 in a row. You're not talking to me? What are we doing here? You're not talking to anybody? You got an A on your jersey.
And I'm wearing this sweatshirt.
And Andy's wearing that switch. Hey, lift your arms up real quick. Lift them up. Go like this.
You told me to wear it.
No, he didn't.
Beforehand. You said, no, wear it. No, wear it.
It's like if I had shoulder hair. Like if I didn't shave my shoulder hair, it'd be like, blah.
Do you have that's not your shoulder. Like that would be like your upper arm. You
shave it.
You get a lot of hair there.
Yeah. Yeah. I went through puberty.
You must shave your whole body. I went everywhere.
No, like my chest. Like
you shave your chest and everything.
I trim it here and there. Okay.
What do you use for that?
You know, those like things. A 3 or a 4. Like,
yeah. Okay. So an electric razor.
See, I'll trim that mug, dude, in my wee area because I'm naked in the locker room and like. God, guys in the locker room, I told you this before. I don't get it, too. Like, they just walk around. Like, I had people come into the alumni room the other day, these kids, and they're like, I don't know if we want to go in there because we don't want to see these old men walk around with their dinglings hanging out. And I'm like, dude, it's a locker room. You got to get used to that.
They said that?
Yeah. I go, you got to get used to that. But then again, guys go out of their way to walk around with their ding-dings hanging out. And I'm just like,
that may be a safe sport violation.
Just fucking put your gitch on real quick.
Those kids in.
You don't need to walk from point A to point B without your fucking gitch on. Put your gitch on over there, and then walk in so your dingling's not hanging out. Not to mention, your body ain't that good, okay? Like, I'm not doing it. Back in the day, I probably would walking around when you're cut up and you look good and you feel good.
Yeah.
But these guys just walk around with their dinglings hanging out. I don't know. Just put your pants on real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your little dick either.
Nobody should be walking around like that.
You know what I mean? So it's all good.
Do they let like media and stuff like that in the women's locker rooms? Like, do they go in there?
I don't know, I guess.
Do they? There's no way
they let anybody in the women's locker room now.
No, they don't. Oh my God, here they do. That is just a bizarro situation.
So weird.
So I saw the interview with the woman who confronted him to begin with. At the Lifetime
Fitness
stuff
Center in St. Louis. We got our own issues.
The woman who saw the transgender man in the women's locker room. And she was
in
like,
St. Louis,
you can't be in here.
At a really expensive night. Lifetime Fitness. And I know we have people everywhere.
Yeah.
Lifetime Fitness is
nice
fucking
place.
really, really nice. It's a country club basically for a gym. It's like the nicest gym you could be involved in.
Yeah.
And you got this guy with his dingling hanging out in the women's bathroom. It's just like,
no, it's awful.
It's just terrible. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. He's probably fucked up. You don't know where he is. I get all that, man. I get all that. But you got to understand, though, you're still a man, and these kids are, like, confused. Like, if Kate was in there with our little nieces.
Your little who?
My little nieces.
Oh, yeah.
Even I would. Fuck.
Dude, oh, my God.
I'm so protective of them, man. I just would be like, what the fuck is this? I would lose my mind.
Would you go into the women's locker room?
Yes. Well, I'd open the door and I'd be like, Kate, get them out now. And I'd hold them out and I would wait for this guy. I don't know what I'd do.
There was a crazy thing the other day of a girl. She's 13 years old. Yeah. And she was like running from her stepdad, ran into a stranger's house. Just ran into the house, and it's all caught on camera. And then the stepdad came running into the house after her, and the guy who lived at the house, he had his 2 sons with him. They were maybe 13 and 11. And the dad was like, get out of this house, like yelling at the guy. It's lucky he didn't get shot.
Yeah.
But then the mom is coming out and saying she ran away from home. She's, having sex with older men. She's doing all this stuff, and we're trying to get a hold of. So you don't know who to believe. But she had a black eye.
Oh, that's not good.
The 13-year-old girl.
Not good.
So it's like no one, everyone's divided.
I know.
Into the situation, just reading on Twitter.
You don't know the situation, so it's hard to comment on that. But if your young girl is out of control, she's hanging out with older guys.
She snuck in a 17-year-old to her house.
Yeah, like you would probably run into somebody's house too, not even knowing, because you're just thinking about your daughter and how much you love her and how out of touch
maybe
she is.
he may be a psychopath,
or might be a psychopath.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at both sides.
Yeah, look at both sides.
But I will say this: like, there was 10-year anniversary of Michael Brown. I know this is controversial as all fucking shit.
I know there was not I kept that off my list.
Well,
I didn't know
because I'm gonna tie two things together.
Which direction we'd go in.
I'm gonna tie two things together. With this, because I love the police. They're not all perfect. Military, love them. They're not all perfect.
Well, we're thinking about Officer Brown, dude, who's in the hospital right now. From
Ferguson?
Yeah, who fell and hit his head.
Recently.
Yeah.
I thought he got shot.
The last couple of days.
And actually, the Ferguson...
I don't believe he got shot.
I thought somebody got caught up, and then the Ferguson captain comes out and said, this has got to stop, and stuck up for the police,
or whatever,
which is good. Anyway, because they get a bad rep.
Well, he is the police, so I hope he's sticking.
Since 2014, like, St. Louis has been in decline after the Michael Brown situation. Like, that is a fact.
It's gotten better, though, in recent years. We haven't, and now the 10-year anniversary brought out a lot of aggression.
St. Louis was doing okay, and then it went back into a hellhole.
This past weekend.
No. The past 10 years. Okay, the Michael Brown situation fucked a lot of things up.
Okay.
And people, we never want to see a young kid die. That whole situation was lied to the media. The media stuck with it. Hands up, don't shoot. All debunked. Michael Brown stuck up a fucking.
So that was all debunked, right?
Fuck yeah.
In court and everything, based on the investigation.
Yes. And hands up, don't shoot. No, he was going after officer. What's his name?
Wilson.
Wilson.
Darren
Wilson.
I've met several times.
Me too. And he's whatever. Like, he was saving a young black girl before he went and got caught up with Michael Brown. A little girl's choking, and he helped save her. So anyway, the Michael Brown thing, I look at it like, that's your hero. It's tough, man. I don't want to see a young kid die. But the guy was fucking holding up. The guy's robbing people. He didn't fucking, he resisted arrest. All that was a lie. The fucking city burned. I remember being in goddamn Nottingham, and I go, they're like, where are you from?
You weren't in town for that?
I'm like, the next year. I was. The next year I was in Nottingham. I'm like, I'm from St. Louis. Like, Ferguson, fucking, oh my God, it was horrible. People hated the police. They shunned them. Defund the police. Oh, yeah, okay. So anyway, that was weird. George Floyd, another thing, kind of goofy. Like, it sucks. It was a big fucking huge thing. But George Floyd was fucking taking guns and literally going up to pregnant women and holding them up and robbing them. Like, that's your hero?
Baltimore situation.
But I saw the other day, these cops, these fucking hillbilly fucking cops, fucking Hoosier, some had neo-Nazi tattoos on them. Not good. Now I'm fucking calling this weirdo out. Now, things could change, but what I saw and what I read so far, goes into this apartment, this black woman. She was boiling a cup of water. Was she acting kind of goofy? Yeah. She said a couple weird things.
Is this like from a few weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. And I think Trump talked about this too.
Yes. Did he? So this guy comes in fucking heavy-handed about what's going on. She's just kind of acting odd, but she probably had something wrong with her. What's she going to do? You're going to be okay.
What was she doing? Boiling water?
Boiling water. Probably cooking something, but kind of got weird with the cops.
Why was he called to her house?
Don't know. Good question. Don't know, Andy. But he got loosey-goosey, and she said something. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. And fucking shoots her in the head 5 times.
5 times.
Blah, blah, blah,
yeah, and because Trump was asked, would you pardon that guy? And he said,
fuck no.
He said, what I've seen is not good. I didn't like it.
Cool, Andy. Appreciate that. See, that's the little tidbit I needed.
Yeah.
And, Trump, that's an easy one. This was fucking a joke.
So
this guy needs to go to jail.
So Cam's reading stories about Tampon Tim. I'm getting to the.
I read everything.
I'm getting down dirty with it.
I'm the one bringing this whole story.
I'm just looking at a few different.
Pumping your own tires.
Go ahead.
That's why it's hard to even have a conversation with you.
Go ahead.
Like, it is.
Go ahead.
So anyway, this guy, fuck you. Get control of yourself.
Is he in jail now?
He should be.
I think.
He'll
be in jail forever.
Big time.
And He'll
get gotten there.
What will he be doing?
Probably sucking dick.
Oh my God, Cam! I didn't mean it like that, dude. Jesus, so aggressive, so aggressive.
What do you think he's gonna do?
I thought you were gonna say like hair braiding or something like that.
What do you think that is?
Okay, Jesus. Okay,
so you never need to go to jail. So it's all good, no big deal. But that's exactly what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be a little bitch boy in there, probably.
If you knew you were facing like hardcore time, would you?
Depends on what I did.
Would you leave?
Leave what?
Like
My life?
the country?
Well, you're gonna get caught, dude. We'll leave my country. I don't know, the Delta airline somewhere.
No, there's people all over the world that like escape.
Yeah,
there's flight risk. They get out.
They're
Because here's the deal: if you go to like another country, legally, can that country, if they know who you are, can they arrest you right away?
If you're the UK and you have a little dirty post in the US about some sort of political thing, or you chirp some sort of some sort of different entity, they might they want to bring Americans over there back to Europe and put them in fucking jail for Facebook posts. You can read that.
So the Europeans want to bring Americans over.
If you have a weird Facebook post that they don't agree with,
what would be
extradite? Is that the right word?
Yeah, extradite would be the right word. But what would be like an inappropriate?
Well,
Facebook?
that's the bitch of it.
Mm-hmm.
What's hate speech? Just because you chirp immigrants that are coming over on boats that are causing crime, if you say a tweet about how this is fucking destroying cities, are you going to go to jail for that? Like, what is it? We don't know. Hate speech is such a fucking fluid thing, man. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Does that mean I hate you, I'm going to kill you because of what you are? That's a different story. What if I said, this is killing Europe right now, all these migrants
There's no way the U.S. government would ever go in line with that. So they're going to allow the UK to bring people over?
I would say Trump wouldn't let that happen.
So
when I say Kamala would, I don't know.
Were the posts created
don't know
any in the UK?
No, I think they said we don't want any hate speech. We don't want any hate posts. Like, if you do that, we'll extradite you.
Well, I kind of like anything that like removes or eliminates any type of hatred is great.
Oh, Jesus, Ernie,
I'm not into this type of policy of like, you can't be like.
What's what then?
I'm just saying.
What's what?
I'm just saying.
Who are you kidding? We go to a fucking party. There's no cameras, and the way people talk at the country club and stuff like that, there's some fucking bullshit you're saying. So if you tweeted what you're saying, you're gonna go to jail in fucking Europe. Are you out of your mind? Do you think that's normal?
No, I don't.
And they took away your guns over there.
No, I
and
don't.
now they want to put you in jail for hate speech. Think about that. That's why I'm like, we don't ever give your guns up here, man. Like, I don't trust it. You think the government's gonna take over and you're gonna have to defend yourself? Yes, eventually it's going to happen. Let's look through the whole years. Let's look through history real quick. Do you think in the next 300 years, there's not going to be an uprising where the government's going to come banging on your door, try to put you in jail, or try to bully you without weapon? Yes.
You think
in 300 years? You're damn right.
300 years.
The next, like, if we're 300 years down the line and we look back on what happened with our government, shit's going to go down.
Yeah.
Because look back in history. It's gone down. It's gone down. It's gone down in every single country.
Every 400 years.
Well, it could be 100 years. It could be 50 years. But if you look through history, there's always been an uprising where you had to defend yourself from the government. Okay. In every single country.
All right. So even in we're talking United States.
I'm saying hopefully not in our lifetime, but it's like people are like, you think the government's going to take over? Maybe. I bet you if we live another 200 years, it's going to happen. Hopefully not in our lifetime.
Did you see the right in front of the North Korean Olympic team that guy was dressed like Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, I saw that. Dancing around. Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
It's Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un was...
what a good life he's got. Kim Jong-un.
What kind of plane he's traveling on?
One that puts a big carbon footprint in ours.
Probably is bulletproof.
Ours is... It's not rocket proof, man.
Hey, the president of France, he got a lot of he's taking pictures with all the Olympians and stuff. Steph Curry, man, I got to give you a shout out. What you did was
pretty cool.
Incredible. Yep. And that'll go down in Olympic history as one of the greatest moments we've ever seen in any sport. That's cool. That's up there with Mary Lou Retton.
Not even close. You're out of your goddamn
mind.
They should have killed them by 40 points.
Why? They've got an amazing 7-footer who was the first pick in the draft.
You're U.S., dude. You got 350 million people here. You get the best setup possible.
Okay,
kids playing basketball. You should dominate.
They handled that game. Was not as close as the Serbia game. I mean, France pulled within 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Everybody knows that, but you just said this going up with the best. Is it as good as 1980 Olympic 2? I'm sure you're gonna throw it in there.
The Miracle.
Yeah. No, come on, man.
For individual performance, this is one of the greatest individual performances we've ever seen. This guy hit 4 threes in a row, Cam, to close out a game in a gold medal game in the fourth quarter, including one raindrop over 2 defenders.
Okay, I'll give you that. Individual.
Oh, I'm not talking about the team.
I was gonna say.
I said individual. Up there with Mary Lou Retton. I'm Nadia Comaneci, whatever. You know, she got
Mary Lou. Was she had a broken ankle or something?
No, that was a Katie. That was a Strug.
Okay.
Carrie Strug. She had the ankle.
Really?
Yeah, you don't remember Mary Lou Retton, man? She was in the Wheaties box and everything.
I remember her, man. I do.
You know, but like, you know, Jackie Joyner Kersey, Flojo.
Yeah.
You know, Carl Lewis, Michael Phelps had some amazing individual moments.
He did. Yeah.
He called out the swimming team too.
I saw that.
Which I like.
And he called out PSD. Wait, he said something where you should be banned for life too if
you're caught doping, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Hey, but like speaking of PLZ, one more thing, because I love his tweets, man.
So funny, man.
He says the other day, less hate, more love, less hate, right? When he was golfing with his son.
Yeah.
His follow-up tweet was just crushing the mayor of St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just said less.
Shira?
You just said less hate. Say, he says less hate, and then he starts just hating on the mayor.
Well, that's the thing with
But like, I know they're citing like statistics. St. Louis is like in the top 10 most dangerous, but we've always been top 10 most dangerous cities.
Nah.
Well, for quite a while.
Nah, we've been up there, but
yeah, we've always been top 10.
But so what, Andy? Change it.
Well, I'm with you.
So what does that mean, though? So we've always been there. Well, it's okay.
Well, the murder numbers are actually down in 2024.
Oh, I doubt that.
Oh, look at it.
I think they're skewing the numbers so bad.
Well, maybe.
There's murders every fucking night in St. Louis.
Okay.
Every
Cam,
night.
It's
a
I'm
war
not
zone.
privy.
It's a war zone.
I don't have a piece of paper, and I don't write down a number every time
Just
there's
like
a
with
murder.
the COVID.
So you have to go by the stats, and I don't think
I don't have to go by anything. Just with the COVID stuff too. Like I think those are skewed as well. I truly do. I think a guy got a plane crash and he died of COVID. Like, I think that was skewed as well. I truly do.
What are you talking about?
I think that people...
Oh, wait, plane crash, COVID?
Meaning, like, somebody could die.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, maybe they had COVID 2 weeks ago. They died of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
They jotted down and died of COVID. Or they had COVID in their system and they died of a heart attack. Jotted down as COVID. They got into a fucking bus wreck that killed 150 people. You had COVID ever. You died of COVID.
You want to know why that was?
I think the numbers were skewed.
You want to know why that was?
Why?
Because hospitals were getting paid.
Well, there you go.
For COVID cases and stuff like that, and COVID.
There's so much under.
Deaths,
Are you
they're
kidding?
getting money back.
Well, that's my point. You just made my point for me.
But
So,
I was the first person.
But if you were like, "Hey, the murders are down in St. Louis," I'd be like, "Fuck."
Well, that's what I'm hearing. That's
you.
what I'm hearing.
Fuck you. The crimes down in St. Louis. No, it's not. It's hardcore.
When I started my political coverage,
it's Syria.
When I started my political coverage, it's one of the first things I was saying was, are people dying from COVID, or are they dying with COVID?
Exactly.
Okay. And I said that as part of my political coverage when I first started covering politics.
Oh, yeah. You did a good job with that.
A few years back. All right, Cam, as you know, we have our Google hotline.
What's the number?
314-312-3708.
Yeah.
That is our Cam Strick personal hotline. So if you want to call and shoot the shit.
Please do, man. Ask us anything. Ask me anything.
It's not even ask.
Sure.
You don't have to have a question. You could
say a story. I don't care what
it really is a comment line.
Yeah, whatever you want.
You want to talk about Tampon Tim. You want to talk about anything.
Anything, man. You know.
You can fact check Cam, too, because he's known to be inaccurate.
Sometimes things change, man. Like, I'm I don't have notes down. I'm just going on what I read this particular day, and things change. So I'm going to be wrong on some stuff.
You want to get a couple of these in?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
You're wrong all the fucking time.
Here we go.
Oh, what up, guys? I got a question for Cam and also a story about a former teammate. So I think I was about 12 years old, went to a Blues game. Cam, you were on the team. You guys got obliterated. I can't remember who it was by. Doesn't matter. Anyway, back in the old days, you used to be able to just go out to where you guys used to exit, and you'd have that lineup of fans just waiting for autographs and begging you guys basically for your signature. So one of your former teammates pulls up in his car. You guys just got demolished. And he sits there and talks hockey with this 12-year-old kid for like 10 minutes, holding up the line. I didn't get a single signature after that, dude. But it was Paul Correa, man. Tell us about Paul Correa, man. Any good stories? Any good locker room stories? How was he?
Oh, Paulie boy Correa. He was such a great guy. He would have, he would take care of all the trainers because he had his own special bag where he would take all these different, the bands.
The bands and everything.
He'd have this warm up
Routine.
this warm up honestly would go for hours, and he would be so high maintenance, but he would take care of everybody. He respected everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Very superstitious, right?
very superstitious. It's just a sweetheart of a human being. He would laugh at everybody. But I'll tell you one thing. I told the story before.
The best Paul Correa story you need to tell, yeah.
Should I tell it?
Big Walt?
With Big Walt
Yeah.
did. So Paulie didn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Paulie didn't do anything to abuse his body. Ever abuse his body.
So he would never drink, huh?
He would never drink, but he would always be around the guys. Like, he was totally cool like that, man.
Yeah.
And he's a superstar, and he was in his own category. So at the end of the year, we lose. We're out. We go to this place called Johnny's in Soulard where there's, a bunch of girls everywhere and stuff like that. It's our year-end party. You that's what you do. We got a bunch of guys there. We're having a good time. And Walt's behind the bar, and Paulie Correa's asking for cranberry juice because he must be on his period or something. He's asking for cranberry juice. That's what he's drinking. Okay, we'll give you cranberry juice. No problem. Cranberry juice, another cranberry juice, another cranberry juice. He's crushing this cranberry juice. Well, he didn't realize that Walt was fucking slipping some goddamn vodka in there.
But not enough for him to taste the difference, or what?
Not enough. He probably just, I think.
Or you think he went with the flow?
I think he just went with it.
Like he knew.
I think he knew. And all of a sudden he became talky poo. Talky poo to everybody.
Like wasted.
Like asking questions that you're like, oh, whoa. But that's not him. Like, he would never do that.
Yeah.
But he was wasted because Walt started slipping some vodka in his drink, and we had a really, really good night. And Paulie Correa is just the coolest guy in the world, and we love him. And he's a Hall of Famer, and we need to get him on the goddamn podcast.
All right.
We love you, Paul. There you go, baby.
Yep.
What's up?
Hey guys, Andy, great read there on the voicemail clip there. Yoink. This is Lucas here. I live in Peterborough, Ontario. I work for Sleeman Brewery. Just wondering if Cam might have had a couple of Sleeman pops when he was playing in Guelph for the Storm. Love the show, boys. I got a lot of windshield time, selling pints, and all the good stuff. So you guys keep me entertained. I love it. Let's go.
Let's go. You damn right I drank that Sleeman. I always told my buddies back home, like, what kind of beer you like up in Canada when you're living up there? I'm like, I like this Sleeman. They're like, what?
Hey, by the
I
way,
go Sleeman,
speaking of
not
which,
semen.
the Chemistry Podcast Mango Lemonade Hard Seltzer back on the shelves coming up in September.
Yeah,
too,
dude.
So
It's good. That's
checking
mango
that out.
lemonade.
that's right, baby.
But Sleeman was in Guelph.
Hey
You know,
boys, it's
okay.
Mac calling from southeastern Ontario, one of the shit kickers out here. Hopefully not too bad. I just finished up a run. I'm currently training to hopefully become a police officer.
Oh,
Just want to say I love listening to your pod while I'm out for my runs. Your banter back and forth is fucking awesome. Maybe when I do become a cop, I'm going to come down there and arrest Cam for being so handsome. Bald is beautiful, Cam. I'm bald too. Just remember, if you guys were ever doing the prison experiment, the Stanford prison experiment, you guys had to go to jail. At the end of the day, Cam, you'd be running the pod, and Andy would be wearing that beautiful mop that gets tossed around for a couple of smokes, eh, boys? And don't forget, lock your doors. Stack is out there stealing your old lady's panties.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Yeah, he'll smell them too.
Seth. He's coming
You
back.
steal panties and
He's
smell
back
them.
soon. What you talking about?
But like,
him?
if there is underwear, like you're like, it's just, dirty creeps will like take that underwear and smell it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody stealing my wife's underwear. You know what I mean? Out of the fucking dirty
How do
laundry.
people get arrested for that? Though?
Do they?
People do that. So, like,
Get arrested?
Laundry rooms.
Your
and
buddies
stuff?
or something?
No.
Who are you talking about? You know anybody got arrested for
No,
sniffing
I don't.
panties? And then shut
No,
the fuck up.
People steal that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like in college campuses. and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like a marked, like I got her. So
Mhm.
I'm going to take her panties like a trophy or something.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking like people at like laundromats.
Yeah,
and
yeah, criminals.
creeps, like weirdos,
Yeah,
perverts,
yeah,
and
it's,
stuff.
just, it's a thing.
They sneak into like apartments.
What
and
else
stuff
did he
like
say on that? I forgot. He said, I would be running the pod,
that.
not the
Yeah,
podcast.
You don't have to like answer every portion of the.
Well, they're asking me
Yeah,
questions. I'm going
okay,
to fucking
it wasn't
answer.
a question.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was a comment.
No, I'd be running the pod and Andy'd be hair braiding. fucking hair braiding like that cop like we talked about is probably gonna do, killing that innocent woman.
You want to get one more in there?
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see here.
Hair braiding. And you'd be hair braiding.
Well, here's just a question.
You need to braid your fucking underarm hair. What you need to do?
You can do that.
Just lift it up more time for the boys.
No, dude.
It goes all the way down your.
If I was,
what is wrong with you?
If I was in,
how do you know? How do you not think that?
If I was in the post, I'd be commanding the ball. I could go to my right, go to my left. I look like Kevin McHale in the post, who you don't even know who he is. He's a Hall of Fame basketball player.
You look like a WNBA.
Number 32. Well, there's a lot of.
There's a lot of what? What are you gonna say? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
It's a hell of a league.
Damn good league. It's a league I want to be a part of that loses money every year.
I bet you the WNBA All-Star team with Caitlin Clark, they already beat the Olympic team. They would have won the Olympics too.
Yeah, I'd say that. You should.
All right, Zack Bogosian on this edition of the Chemistry Podcast.
Big Zachy boy.
Third overall pick, came in with a lot of expectations, but I will say I wouldn't normally feel this way because you expect a guy who was a third overall pick to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a dominant superstar.
Dominant superstar.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you play 900 games, like you're probably an all-star 2-3 times over. You're a, an elite level player.
Yeah, yeah.
As a third overall pick, right?
Yeah.
So normally I'd be like, man, what went wrong? But in this particular situation, it's a little bit different. And I've got a ton of respect for this guy's career because he grew up in nowhere, New York, like wasn't a part of the U.S. system, didn't play with the national team development program, wasn't playing in all the big major international tournaments, U17s, U18s, went to some, prep school, boarding school. He hated it.
Yeah,
so he goes to the OHL. He's like this big moose who's a monster who can skate. And he ends up like leading his team and scoring and doing all this.
60 points.
With 61 points. And everyone started to take notice. Like, who's this big defenseman who can skate and move the puck? And he ends up getting taken third overall, ahead of some Hall of Fame defensemen, including Pietrangelo and Erik Karlsson. And I mean, there's other one. John Carlson was in there too. There's some other guys who were.
I bet you if you look down the list, you'd see a lot of guys.
Yeah. Michael Delzato was drafted in that.
I'd take Boga over him though.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and I like Delzato too.
Mm-hmm. Delzato was good for a couple. He had a nice run there.
Yeah, New York. He played
made some money and stuff like that.
Cut up.
Bogosian, man, but. So he was never that guy. So they thought they were drafting, a guy who was going to be like a franchise player. Usually you draft somebody third overall, you're thinking they're going to be the franchise player.
Big time.
But in reality, he is who he's always been. And he's a guy who just grinds it out, man. And here he is 850 games later, and he's still here. And getting another 2-year contract. But he's had a lot of one-year deals. He's been put on waivers, kind of kicked to the curb, had to kind of like reinvent himself, First year, I want to say he scored 10 goals, something like that. So he came in to the league, producing some offense and stuff like that.
And he fought Brashear's first game.
First shift.
His family in town. Brashear's breathing on him like a dragon.
Just pulls him out of a freaking pile.
Like it's so weird when you go into a battle like that. And it's like scrum. You're like, and all of a sudden you grab a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Brash. And you're like, oh, fuck. And he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Brash does not care that you're a rookie.
He's breathing all over him.
He's like this.
What does that smell like?
Death. Smells like a concussion coming your way. And he gets kind of popped a couple times, and he just tells us a cool story about that. Dude, listen, of all the guys Andy and I talked to about, like teammates of these guys, man, everybody loves him. And you can just tell he's just like a down-to-earth,
one of those guys.
Fun. He'll go fucking shoot some goddamn guns. He'll party on a boat. He'll do this. He'll stick up for you on the ice. He works hard. He's a winner. I like this kid a lot, man.
Yeah.
Zachy boy.
So do I. And everyone seems to like him.
Yeah.
And he's a guy you want in your team.
Yeah.
And Billy G is a guy who kind of knows character, different guys he wants around the dressing room. So for him to give him a 2-year contract extension says a lot as well. Do you know his brother is a former Navy SEAL, I believe?
I don't know about that.
Something along those lines. And
I don't think it's Navy SEAL. I thought it was
Dakota Murmas was telling me
A
something.
Navy SEAL?
Something.
Can we look that up real quick?
And he works for the Wild and like does like a lot of like stuff behind the
speaking?
scenes with the players and stuff like that.
If he's a SEAL, we gotta give him his credit. If he's a military,
Look it
is
up.
it military?
Something. He said Navy SEAL.
He did.
Well, that's
Okay,
what
I trust
that's what
you on
Murmas said.
that. Okay,
Double
Murmas.
check though. Murmas played with him in
Okay, because that's
Minnesota.
that's a big deal.
But apparently his brother, I didn't know this, works for the organization and does like a lot of like character building type stuff, I think.
I gotta look real quick. Personal life. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He talked about his
played.
grandfather. Had to defect on the Armenian genocide back in 1923 at the age of 16. That's hardcore, right there, baby. Now his daddy was a football player. His uncle was a football player, and I think his brother Aaron played in the ECHL.
He did. Get into the sweepstakes we got going on with First Phorm. I'm going to look this up here.
Yeah, the First Phorm ordeal, by the way, is that we just have to you guys have to pick something out on the First Phorm website, which is easy as hell. Go to firstphorm.com/chemistry. Pick out anything you want, man, whether it's multivitamins to the protein, to the beef sticks, to some attire that they have. How about this, the way of life? Whatever the case it is, you take a picture of whatever you bought and you tag us on social media, and you'll have a chance to win a prize package of First Phorm gear. And not to mention, we got all kinds of new hats and stuff like that with the Cannabis podcast. Check out Andy's hat right there. It says CS right there. Cannabis, baby. What's up? I forgot what hat am I wearing right now? I don't even know. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Oh, I got the First Phorm stuff on. You can get one of those too, but you get a little prize package from both of us. All you got to do is go to firstphorm.com/chemistrick, buy something, and then, of course, tag us in it, and then you'll be in the sweepstakes to get a free package of a First Phorm product, and, of course, a Chemistrick product, thanks to Hat Launch as well, because they're making some badass hats and stuff like that if you guys want some.
Yeah, and again, so send us your order, and then we'll send you a prize package from
No big
First
deal,
Phorm.
baby.
And a Chemistrick hat. We'll throw that in there, too. We've gotten a couple sent, so send some more.
Send some more, baby.
Hat Launch, baby.
Hat Launch, real deal.
Hatlaunch.com. Lots of people reaching out, Cam, and they want this hat that I've got on right
I like
now,
that
too.
hat.
You know, this was made as a demo by our boy over there at Hat Launch, so we'll see if we can get our hands on some more of these. So you can probably call them up and order one, too, or just order like a couple dozen.
But they rather you order like dozens at a time. That's like, they're big dogs. They don't want to sell
They are the number
individual
one
hats.
source for customized hats in North America. In the world, really. We went out there a few weeks ago. Incredible experience to see what they do.
Yeah.
They just made their 1 millionth hat in hat launch history. This is big business. They do a hell of a job. They're moving into a brand new facility.
Yeah, huge facility.
Monster facility.
Yeah.
So Hat Launch, man, check it out, hatlaunch.com, and get those customized hats. Bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, teams, sports teams,
whatever.
school teams, debate teams. You probably were on which is nothing wrong with that. I would.
If I would go back to school,
I would be on the debate team.
I would do political science.
Really? Well, it's not too late.
Yeah, it is. I'm already doing it myself.
That's probably what I would do too, actually.
You do everything.
Well, since I started
since I said it.
Well, since I became a political analyst,
Am I allowed to chirp you about? Am I allowed to chirp you?
Not when you go on one elbow like this and cross.
I can't even get over there.
And cross my personal space.
And he gets sensitive whenever he brags about himself, and then I counter it, and he's like, "Here, how dare you counter me?" I'm like, well, what do you mean? Is that what I do?
Cam gets all like, gets very
well, I gotta sell you down. It's all good. But I would get into political science. I would. I'd love to go back and listen to my history teachers talk, all that stuff. Ay. Oh, God.
Dude. I'm going to have to trim that up tonight.
It's gross looking.
Oh, God, really?
Kind of.
Oh,
it's all good.
no.
I got gross things going on.
I know you do.
I know.
You got lots of them.
I know I'm obese. But, like, my hair
But I like the sweatshirt from First Phorm.
The sweatshirt's fine. We're not talking about that.
Have you ever had a sweatshirt without sleeves?
I have the same thing.
This is what I would wear inside the ring if I was coming in to curb stomp somebody.
Yeah. Like Tyson used to
wear that, like terry cloth.
Badass. Or he just walk out there with no
Is he still fighting?
I hope not.
Fighting?
He fighting?
You fighting?
You fighting? No.
I love, there was a football tight end a few years ago, and I follow football very closely. Used to play cornerback and wide receiver.
I'm not going to say anything.
Wait.
I'm a bully. No, you did.
Couple of 2-point conversions, 3 interceptions freshman.
You were really good. Were you a really good football player?
Shut you down. Ball hawk.
Not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. Not going to do it.
So
he's going to be like, how
dude,
dare you
but
counter me?
he was like kind of quiet, but you could tell he was like a badass dude from like probably a tough parts.
Probably.
And he said on Hard Knocks, he was like, man, all these dudes come in here acting like they're tough, man. You want to fight? I grew up fighting. He goes, you want to fight? I grew up fighting. He goes, don't be bringing forks and knives to a gunfire or something like that.
Jesus.
I was like, oh my God.
Well, now you're threatening your
No,
own
I
teammates.
know. He was like, that's what he was saying. I'm like, damn, this guy.
Means he's going to shoot you with a gun. Well, what the fuck tough is that?
I grew up fighting.
What? How tough is that?
Oh, no.
Didn't you just say that you're going to fight?
I think he said, I don't bring forks and knives. I bring my hands or something like that.
Well, you said
No,
gun.
I think,
no, but
I'm changing it.
Not going to say anything.
Just look it up what he
Not
said.
gonna say anything.
Somebody send it to me.
Not going to say
But
anything because
he's
I'm a
like-
bully.
I grew up fighting.
Stop saying that.
Is that bad to say? That's New York, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a New York accent.
No, it's not.
Fighting? Dude,
That's an African American tone.
Oh, it is not at all. Oh my God, dude. Why is everything getting twisted?
It's an African American tone
That's Philly,
Oh,
New
no.
York, East Coast.
for African Americans.
I grew up around a lot of African Americans. I never heard anyone say fighting.
Okie dokie.
I did not hear this.
It's all good.
It's East Coast, dude.
That's funny. You don't even know you're doing it.
No.
You don't even know you're doing it. It's all good. No big deal. No big deal. What are you texting somebody?
Trying to find the.
We got to get going here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You going to look up somebody that says fighting?
Oh, it's on the YouTube, I think. Look at her.
Up and then body slams Fuller.
That's the first round pick he body slam.
Yeah.
Cal grabbed me by my face mask and he like tried to hurt my neck or whatever. So I got up, I calmly walked to him, I picked him up by his neck and I slammed him and I told him I could be punching you right now, but I don't want to. And then I let him go. And that was the end. And then Brandon Marshall was talking to me and he was like, we need him. I was like, you need me too? He could have broke my neck. And then Brandon was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Brandon, you want to talk or you want to fight? And then he was like, I'm a 6-time Pro Bowler. And I said, Brandon, 6-time Pro Bowlers could get knocked out too.
The scrap landed Martellus a 6-day suspension administered by the team.
Some of the top people in the Bears organization called me. And I said, he could have broke my neck. I said, and then I was like, and then what would happen? He said, well, your neck would have just been broken.
Oh.
I said, F you, and I hung up the phone. How you expect me to react? At some point, I gotta set the tone. I can't help it if you feel like I fight with a 10. Yeah, I fight with a 10. I grew up fighting. That's the difference between me and a lot of motherfuckers on the team. I fight to win. You got a bunch of bitches on the roster. They don't fight to win. They just want to push and shove. You can't win with that. You don't need linebackers that use forks and knives. I want linebackers that eat with their hands. You know what I'm saying? I want motherfuckers that worry about how their shoes look. Come on and play. We just had a bunch of bitches on the roster. That's why we didn't win games. And coaches like the bitches.
Okay. Thank you.
Damn.
He didn't say anything about guns. He did say fighting, but
Yeah.
that's not a good teammate, dude. I'm sorry.
He is. No, I want him on my team.
I don't know about that.
Really?
Because you're saying you hit me, and we need to win because we need to fight. No, if you fight on the field, you're getting suspended like you just did, jackass.
No, that was in training camp.
I don't give a fuck. You just got
Oh,
suspended.
he got
for 6
suspended from
days.
the team. Yeah.
You got suspended even more if that was a game. So fighting has nothing to do with winning football. Winning football is fucking disciplined fucking 6-time Pro Bowlers like that guy I was going against that does the right thing and gets under your skin and doesn't fight you and gets suspended.
Okay, let me
He
tell you
hits
this.
you the right way and does all the right things.
Now, this guy, Martellus Bennett, is one of the best people I've ever met. And he writes children's books, does a ton of charity shit,
Who doesn't do charity
buys
shit?
shoes for kids.
Who doesn't do that?
A lot of people don't.
Like that guy's
do it.
talking about fighting his teammates all the time because he got hit in fucking practice. He sounds like a bitch to me.
He would fuck you up.
In what way? Racing? Probably.
he grew up fighting, dude.
Who didn't? He's got more fights than me. I bet he doesn't.
You want to bring?
I bet he doesn't.
You want to bring forks and knives?
And he looks up to everybody. Jesus Christ. Fighting.
Fight.
And he thinks that's like everybody. No, that's
No,
an
that's
African
New
American.
York.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
For African Americans.
Yeah.
No
maybe.
white guys are saying fighting. They're not. So you're
They're
remarking
not-
him.
Maybe they are in New York
No,
and
they're
Philly.
not. No, they're not. Saying fighting.
not in New York and Philly.
I live there. Jesus Christ. You're fucked up.
Dude.
You are.
I would
Don't
not.
spin this on me.
Oh,
Like you
well,
did
no,
fucking 20 minutes ago. Jesus, Andy looked at me like I'm a devil. Fucking just he's bragging about football. I'm like, what's your best sport? It's
it
like,
was
how
like-
dare you talk to me like that, asshole? I felt bad for a bit. I started to feel bad.
Somebody.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Fighting. I think my buddies up in Jersey say that. Get out of here. Fuck. Jesus Christ. You look up to everybody. No matter what it is, you look up to him.
Oh my God, dude.
He sounds like a bad teammate, dude. It is what it is. He fucking Ty was a fighter, everybody on a team. Like, what the fuck is
I
that?
think I'd want him on the team.
I don't know, man. He's calling guys out. They're all pussies
He
and
writes
shit.
children.
Like, Jesus Christ.
No,
Like, he's not, that guy's a 6-time Pro Bowler. You're calling him a pussy.
Hey,
Like, come on.
As I was listening to that, I'm like, whoa, this is way worse than I remember.
Horrible. That's what you're looking up to. Come on.
Maddie.
Jesus. Jesus.
Oh my
We
God.
good?
Oh, okay.
All right, let's
We're
get
gonna try.
going. We got to go.
Okay.
And we're going to have to edit a couple shit out. Let's go.
I know we will. Damn. Get your hat launched today. Bench clearers, baby.
Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah, I got some old school Minnesota Wild.
Right here, baby.
They are, if you go to their Facebook or like anywhere, like they're using our ad right now.
Oh,
And
God.
Cam's like,
Oh,
he's the worst actor.
so horrible.
I look terrible in the video. Awful.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
No,
I-
no, don't.
No, I'm not.
'Cause you turn into mean Cam a few minutes.
No,
ago.
because you toy with me. Then I get
No,
realistic.
He gets on one elbow.
I get
and
real.
He
I have to
crosses
get, no. I gotta get realistic with him. And all of a sudden he's like, "I'm just joking." I mean, okay.
Martellus Wiley would mess you up. dude.
Martellus what? He got butt fucked.
Not Martellus Wiley.
You don't remember that? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? He keeps bringing all this stuff up, and you realize
Martellus Bennett, dude, is what I'm
What the
talking about. Why would you say that, Martellus Wiley?
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, he went to Columbia. He was an ESPN analyst.
I'm thinking of the guy from Pulp Fiction. What's his last name?
God. I'm talking about... Dude, I'm talking about Martellus Wiley went to Columbia. He played for the Buffalo
I get what
Bills
you're
and the San Diego Chargers.
I get what you're saying. I'm sorry about that.
I mean, where is this going right
Because
now?
Martellus, I'm thinking of that shit kicking
Okay.
motherfucker who got straight up butt fucked by the guy in the goddamn pawn shop.
Okay.
And then what's his name had to go save him with a sword.
All right.
He got fucking gagged.
Bench clears, baby.
He got gagged. Remember that?
Promo code Camonstrick.
Put that fucking gag ball in his
I
mouth.
don't remember.
And they were
I
smashing
don't
him.
really remember that movie.
And then he came in and killed them all
He did.
and saved Martellus.
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, Bruce Willis saved him.
Or
He was getting fucking smashed.
or John Travolta.
It was Bruce Willis.
Mhm.
I just told you.
Yeah.
They were fighting. They hit each other with cars.
They
blah,
were
blah, blah.
what?
Then he got smashed.
What were they doing?
They're fighting.
Oh.
Yeah,
In
he
New
was
York, that's not how they say it.
fighting. And he got fucking. Those two fucking cops fucking
Yeah.
smashed him out.
Oh
man.
my God.
I'm just telling you.
Okay, dude.
You
Bench-
asked. I'm
Bench
telling you.
clears, Camonstrick. Use our promo code and get one of these tanks, man. 'cause
Get 'em.
it's- And they got hoodies too for the winter and all that.
Yeah.
And you'll save
Winter's coming.
20%. using
Winter's coming.
Camonstrick.
I can't wait till winter. I'm sick of summer. I hate summer.
Proper cannabis, Camonstrick 20.
I played so bad in golf in the last 2 days. Lovely tournaments. That's all good. raise money for good causes. But I got Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm not gonna lie to you. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Thank you, Proper. Stone Cold. It made me happy, but terrible athlete. Terrible athlete.
Oh,
I missed the ball.
terrible athlete.
Fuck. I'm like, go up there, like people are all watching.
You're not.
Every time,
you're
like there's
not
a
very
fucking everybody's
athletic.
watching and filming me, and I'm duffing it and I'm hitting this.
Oh.
My mind was
Where's
too
the
right.
video of that?
I'm sure. They respect me.
Okay.
They're not going to be stupid. But Proper Cannabis,
Proper
you got my
Cannabis-
mind too right.
They've got the the honeybee edibles. They got the nighttime night. The night.
Night night, baby. It'll put you downtown Chinatown.
But Cannabis for 20 saves 20%. Tons of locations across.
They're everywhere,
the
dude.
state, man.
They're everywhere.
But they've got a drive-through location of the new Kirkwood.
I like that. I don't
the
want
new
to go
Kirkwood
inside.
one.
Because going inside, sometimes you got to put your ID down. You got to
Couple of
wait
them
in
have
line. Do the,
drive-thrus.
if you have a drive-through, it's
Dude,
nice.
And you can order online and just pick it up.
pick it up. Do we go?
Yeah.
Just like Walgreens. Because you go inside,
Yeah.
you got to put your guard down. You got to
Mhm.
do this. You got to do that. Blah, blah, blah. It just
We
takes a
have
little time.
the hit of the week is every Friday, I believe, on our Instagram and Twitter. Sponsored by Proper Cannabis.
Yeah.
And,
They do a cool job, man. They do a damn good
Happy birthday to Holly. You hear what you see what Cam wrote on Instagram, the Slapshot Goat? Is that what you put on there?
See, you think I do our Instagram. You guys are all stupid if you think I'm in control of any of our social media. I'm not. It's Brody. We love Brody. He's been around a long time.
Does a good
But
job.
he does a good job. He messed up somebody's name the other day. Because we'll
Gensel.
get corrected.
Gensel.
Gensel's name.
Everyone's all over me. Like I'm
This is what
I'm an idiot.
What did Brody say? The Slapshot King?
Slapshot Goat?
Slapshot Goat. Is Holly the Slapshot Goat?
Or did he say Slapshot King?
I don't know. Either way, I don't.
I would just say
Like, is he? He's a
he's
guy.
just a shit
He's just a
kicker.
fucking badass.
Badass.
Holly's a king.
He's the king.
He's just a king.
He's the best.
He's the fucking best. He's the American king. You know,
But he's Canadian too.
he considers himself American.
Because Canada.
Fucked him over.
He's got a movie coming out with Solani too.
Can I say something about that?
Did you watch it?
I saw the previews.
It's not good.
It looked so horrible.
Oh, really?
You didn't see the.
That's a terrible review to give Holy.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I love both of them.
Did you watch it?
I watched a fucking.
Like a trailer?
Yeah, and it was. I thought it was a spoof.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it.
I thought it was a spoof.
Okay. Why would
Is it raising money for charity?
I don't.
Because if
I
it
don't
is,
know.
it's great.
I don't know.
It's fucking, it's like,
Yeah.
it's Titanic or
And-
Schindler's List. It's up in that category.
And listen, and
Andy, I watched it.
I know you went to a couple golf events and supporting great causes.
Yeah, no, I did.
You said
It's hard to
tournaments.
chirp,
You
you know.
threw me off.
Andy, but
so
you're reaching for a chirp.
yeah,
and then
but
you
I
get put in
didn't
your
know what it
place.
was for, and you told me
I
a few
told you
weeks
a million-
ago
No,
that you were going to this. I didn't know it was this weekend.
If I said at a golf tournament, like, you don't have to get snippy off the bat and try to chirp when the chirp's not there.
Like,
Earn your
The
chirp.
Masters is a golf.
Earn your
tournament.
chirp. I say stupid things.
Member guest.
No, I didn't say a member guest. I said a fucking golf tournament. Those are 2 golf tournaments I was in for damn good causes.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to get them this time. No, you didn't. You didn't. But that
I didn't
hey,
take up
But that preview. Hey,
personal space.
I watched a preview of Solani and Holly. I
So,
thought,
give me an example.
how are you? Hey, good. Let's go take care of business there, eh?
Okay.
Okay. It's like us
Like
reading.
our stupid.
It's us reading the bench clears. That's how it looked like. I don't know. I could be wrong. Hi, Andy. I like bench clearers. Let's put one on
Yeah.
for the summertime.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Look at it real quick. Want to look real quick?
No, we'll just. I'm gonna watch it and then we'll talk about it next time.
Because if it's good, I'm going to have to delete this. Or if it's raising money for like a...
Oh my God, for
Oh,
charity,
God,
dude, you're
some,
gonna
like, young
feel
girl or something.
terrible.
I know.
You're gonna feel awful.
If it's just a movie that they're trying to build up, I'm like,
You ever see? You ever do that? And all y'all out there in Alberta, and Saskatchewan,
God.
all you guys know this.
oh,
You ever make
God.
a joke to somebody and then they try to get real serious and try to make you feel bad, like you didn't know somebody would maybe.
Well, stop throwing jokes around like it's fucking candy. You're not a good...
Oh my God.
Stop trying to chirp everybody
Okay.
off.
No one's getting chirped.
No. But you do that. And there's guys in the locker room that do that too. Well, they're too chirp heavy off the bat. Everybody fucking
Hey,
chirp.
you know
Like-
this in the locker room.
My mom just died.
Oh my God.
Why'd you just fucking... No, that's why I did
Oh
that,
my
because
God.
my mom just died.
Okay.
And they're like,
okay.
well, good. Oh, why are you chirping left and right when it's not even
you
funny?
know, in the locker room, I'm pretty quiet.
Never seen you in a locker room. When do I see you in the locker room?
Well, no, when the alumni skates or
When
whatever.
was the last time you were in an alumni skate?
This Wednesday.
I don't even remember how you
Cam,
are.
you've gone like the last 2 weeks, and now you're like
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Been
maybe.
doing this for fucking 20 years.
Okay, but you didn't go for about 10.
Yes, I did.
No,
I was in every single thing they invite me to, dude. I'm doing shit with them all the time.
You had not.
I don't know how you
That's
are in
not the locker room.
I've never even seen you in the locker room. I don't know how you interact with people. I don't know anything.
That's so wrong.
I don't even remember.
Ryan Shilly.
Man, oh man, that's my boy right there.
He had a post the other day. It may have been the nicest swimming pool I've ever seen in my life.
Oh God, where?
In somebody's backyard. I don't know exactly where it was at.
Somebody's backyard. Well, yeah.
I mean, this guy.
Is it their front yard?
You wanted to go take a dip and go jump in there? I have no idea where it was.
Kind of.
It's really nice. I'll show it to you. One of the nicest pools I've seen in a long time. This is the type of pool that I would want. Because I'm looking to get a pool, Cam.
You have a good spot for a pool.
Great spot for a pool.
You really do.
I know. I'm really thinking about it.
Doesn't have to be a big one.
No?
Nah. Nope. It's big enough to where you can just go chill, dude. You know?
Okay.
It's all good. You don't have to show me. I believe that's nice. You know what I mean? That's goddamn beautiful. Goddamn beautiful.
I mean,
Where's it at?
I don't know. Look at the hot tub right next to it.
Beautiful.
See the.
Look at how big his yard is, too.
I know. See the.
Yeah, Andy, I see it.
Yeah,
I do. Thank you. That's beautiful.
They've
do a
got
damn
that
good job.
pebble technology too.
They do a dang good job. Dang good.
Were you plastered at the golf tournament?
Yeah, but not like wasted. I was just stoned,
Okay.
which
Well,
I just got.
Because Shilly plastering, you
know.
get plastered with Shilly plaster.
Well, they're not drunk doing
no
the plastering.
No,
You know.
but they get plastered.
Yeah.
In a different way.
Mhm.
Through Shilly plastering. Turn your backyard into a absolute oasis.
Mhm.
Into a paradise.
Yeah, man. You're damn right.
So Shilly plastering, man. Love having them on board with us here on the Cam Strick podcast. Cam, at Bellman, you get
Swinging decks, none of that shit.
but you get flavored water and sushi. Lots of different options.
They're right there in Troy, Missouri. I keep saying Illinois because it's Swansea, Illinois is IRC, so I get that confused a little bit. Troy, Missouri.
Mhm.
It's
I don't
easy
want to
get
say where, but I bought a piece of salmon this past weekend. Normally I get it from my guy. I bought a piece of salmon, and I got sick.
We're talking cars.
I know, but I'm just saying. But no, I'm talking about this.
What are you doing?
Well, because it was sushi and stuff like that.
They don't have sushi there.
Okay.
That's a fucking fabricated
do.
lie.
Hey, but they got the Buick GMC
Yeah, thank
on
you.
one side of the
Stay
street.
on.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on
You're
the
off
other
your game
side.
today.
You're way off your
No,
game
you
today.
are.
No, you are.
You are.
Yeah, I think you're way off your game today.
How?
Your elbow space is just crossing the line.
You're sensitive and off your game. Is what it was. Like I'm talking about the cars and you're
Yeah.
bringing up salmon.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you I got sick, man. I didn't mean to go to it now, but I had to tell you.
You
at
couldn't
some
help
point.
it.
Yeah.
You had to think about what can I bring to the table in this conversation.
No.
As somebody with cars and no swinging
Felt
dicks,
like there
and you're
was-
like, I'm bringing up salmon now.
It
Like, think about what you're
there was
doing.
like a dead fish in my gut just sitting there. That's what it felt like.
You're good.
Buick GMC on one side of the street. On the other side, Cam, it's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
A lot of options. Tons.
Mhm.
Starting to get winter's coming quick.
Cam's looking at that pink Jeep, small wheels, 2-door, soft top.
I'll look at that Buick, though. I'll look at that Denali. I'll look at a Dodge Ram.
Mm-hmm.
I want another truck, man. My truck's got 130,000 miles.
15 hundo.
I
2,500.
Probably 25 now.
Yeah.
You know,
For what you need for.
man, just like big trucks.
Yeah.
You know, if you could afford
What's
it, do it.
yours that you have right now?
1,500.
We went to a
It's only a 5.3 liter.
meeting the other day, and Cam would not park his car in the parking lot at the meeting. He parked like 200 yards away to walk over. What was that all about?
Probably because my truck's hard to park in different
Oh,
areas.
okay. I'm just making sure. I didn't know why there was.
Your region.
Ah,
Just from try to like. There's materials there. You
Yeah.
can find it.
yeah, you can
You're
find
just
it.
not good at it.
Yeah. Say hi to Dale
Dale, what up?
and Kenny
Kenny, how you doing, buddy?
and our boy Danny Boy.
Danny boy, what's up? Danny boy, keep doing your thing, man. Love you guys, man. No swinging dicks.
Where
where
they
you're at.
located again?
Troy, Missouri.
Get out there and get out there today. Zack Bogosian on this edition of the
Right
Cam
on.
and Strick podcast. Enjoy. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Phorm, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein. Check out the apparel. Eat those bars. And drink those energy drinks. Firstphorm.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview.
Where you at? Minnesota. Yeah, baby.
It's hot up there too, man. Humid.
Very humid. It's been raining all summer, and then it's
Really?
just like it'll be so hot, and then we just get gnarly storms, and then it's like just so much rain. It's ridiculous.
Mosquitoes.
Us too,
Mosquitoes
man.
and bugs.
It's disgusting. Mosquitoes are so bad here.
Oh yeah, dude. They'll get you, man. Those mosquitoes will torture you, and you don't want to go outside ever. But at least we're not like down in the southeast where they're getting shit on like 2 feet of rain. There's flooding everywhere, man.
All my buddies down in Tampa, they just got hammered with a storm. It's crazy.
That's why Florida's kind of fucked up. Like, I like Florida. I like the style down there. You know, I like the Santas and shit. But God, man, I like every year you got to worry about a monster creeping up. You got to pack up all your shit. You got to get the dogs. You got to get your grandma.
Board up your windows.
Board the fucking windows up. And now you got to go to Georgia for a little bit and let the thing pass. Good God.
You should have seen me, I don't know what it was, 2 years ago when there was a huge storm that was supposed to hit Tampa. We ended up we got evacuated out to Nashville. We did like half our training camp there. But you should have, I'm from Messina, New York. I don't worry about fucking hurricanes. So I had no clue about anything. And I'm like I'm putting like my storm shelters up, like all over the windows, all over the doors. I'm just like working my bag off. And it didn't even hit Tampa.
Well, it could have.
It could have, yeah. But I mean, I feel like at that point, it's like, whatever happens, happens.
So you live in Minnesota full time now? Like now that you're playing there, you don't head back down to Florida during the summer?
No, I'm building a house down there, but I've lived in Minnesota for like the last 7 summers.
Oh, really?
So it kind of worked out when I got traded here this year. Moved back to a familiar place, but it's been good.
Is that where your girl's from?
No, she is from Western Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Winnipeg. She's a soccer player for USA Soccer.
I thought they met in Winnipeg.
I know. That's what it says.
I was playing for Winnipeg at the time, but no, she's from Western Mass.
Because that would be a first. Like nobody's ever told us they met their wife in Winnipeg. Like that
Andy,
I know. I'm not.
How dare you say that?
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, like nobody's ever said that. Winnipeg seems like an underrated spot, though. Like people try to
get out of here.
They try to like.
It's god awful.
I honestly, I enjoyed my time there. It was from Atlanta to there. It was a big change.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it was fun though. The fans were great. Like they love hockey. It's you don't dream of playing in front of like 5,000 people a night. Like you dream of playing in front of a packed house. It's loud. It's crazy. It's rowdy. That's what they were. It was great.
I get that part of it.
Dude, I liked the Thrashers back in the day, man. They had so many great players that came through there.
It was great.
But
I loved Atlanta.
Really?
Well, they had like Hosen and Kovalchuk and all those guys.
Covey, my boy.
They were so
Covey,
good.
Covey was great, man. He was I sat next to him my rookie year, and he was so good with me. Like he's just like one of the boys. Like he just wants to hang out with the boys. And it was like, and as I've gotten older, like I appreciate that so much. Like knowing what I know now, like they didn't have to be like all those veterans didn't have to be that nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, and he was one of them. He was like front and center of that. He was an unreal guy.
And that's something though, man. That's what you remember is like the older guys that didn't have to be nice, but they were. And you're like, I'll never forget this. In other words, Covey laughs at everything too. So it makes you think that you're hilarious. You know?
I thought I was the funniest guy ever. He also thought I was probably ridiculous, but he was awesome. I mean, when I broke in the league, man, it was like, we had a great locker room of veteran guys. Another guy I still talk to regularly, which you've had some run-ins with, is Bolts. Eric Bolton.
God, one of my favorites ever.
Like, just the man. Like, he was so good with me. We would go hunting together, and I have so just shit. He's just a big, like, massive, great idiot. Like, we're both idiots together. He's so good.
Funnier than shit, dude.
So funny.
So fucking funny, man. I loved him. Not to mention, he will knock you out. He threw he's one of the most underrated tough guys ever. He really is. Over 800 games. God.
I can honestly say I played with him for 3 years, and he was fighting, like you were, like fighting everyone, all the big boys. I can honestly say I don't know if I ever saw him like lose a fight. Like it was either he won or like it was like a tie. It was a good fight, but he was so tough. He'd stand in there and he had a massive head. Like you punch him and it just like wouldn't budge.
Dude, hey, at dinner time, he'd be like, we all be out to dinner, and he would eat so much. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, Bolts, I dare you to eat that whole stick of butter. He'd be like,
funny money. Kobe was big on the funny money. Like he would just like, I think I'm pretty sure my first introduction was I went to Anna early, like before I had to do like my rookie tournament. I was down there like maybe mid-August, and a couple of the veteran guys were there training. It was like him, Chris Thorburn, a couple other guys. And I'm pretty sure I walked in the lounge and Bolts was trying to chug like a bottle of ranch that was like this big. And I don't know how much money was on the line, but I was just like, who is this guy? He's a cartoon character. And it turns out like he was, he protected me for 3 years. So it was a funny little introduction.
Dude, I can't think of anything more scary than like you're a big dude, but like you're 18 and you fight Donald Bashir in your first ever game.
Jesus.
Are you like, what the fuck? Like he just grabs you out of are you like, oh my God, like you're 18. Like people got to put that in perspective,
Yeah. It happened so fast. I think the worst part about all of it was I loved it. It was great. Like that was my style of play. Like I didn't care. I wasn't like, oh my God. The only thing I thought of when I was on the ground was like, that was right in front of my mom. And my dad, it was my first ever NHL game. And my dad was like trying to explain to my mom's like a sweetheart. She's still to this day, like this will be year 17 for me. And she's like still learning the rules. Like she's so cute. Like it's hilarious. But she,
why didn't they give you the goal? Well, there were like 7 guys on the ice, Mom. That's why we couldn't. Yeah. It was offside by 20 feet.
Yeah.
I could be like -5 and she thinks I play a great game.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, I love you, Mom.
That's a hockey mom, man.
That's my mom.
That's how they should be.
But my dad was kind of giving her the lowdown of like, okay, like there's Ovechkin. See that big guy right there, Bashir, like he's like big tough guy. And then like 10 minutes later, her son is fighting, and she was like, "What is going on?" She was like white in the face after the game, and I was like, "I'm fine, it's all right."
Hey, did Brash say, "I'm the fucking toughest"?
No, you know what's funny though is speaking of full circle conversation here. He Bashir looked at the bench and like went like this to our bench because Boltsy was yelling at him, and Boltsy fought him. I'm not even kidding you. Boltsy fought him probably in my 3 years that I was with him. Ever since that, he fought him probably 4 or 5 times more. Like he just every time Boltsy had a chance to fight him, he would, and that's something I like always respected out of Bolts.
God, yeah, man. That's a good teammate right there, man.
But that's why teams want you too, though, man. Like
no
you're
shit,
18,
they want you, baby.
To, like right off the bat, you got a penalty your first shift too, man.
That sucks.
24 seconds in. What happened? Was that a bad call?
I mean, it had to be, right? That's my first game. I just remember like seeing, well, actually, even to like rewind, like my first ever taste of the NHL was a preseason game in Detroit, and they dressed all the big boys.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember I was in the 5-on-3 and Nick Lindstrom was like walking the middle, and like I was like up and I'm like trying to get in the lane, and I vividly remember it. I'm like in my head I was like, he hasn't looked down once. Like he hasn't looked at the puck once. Like he's just had his head up the whole time, like waiting for like an opening. And I was like, wow. And then I think my first shift, it was like Datsuk, Zetterberg came down in like a 2-on-1. Like I was just like, where am I right now? It was crazy. And I was a huge Chris Chelios fan. He was my favorite player. He didn't play in that game though, but so I like the playing in Detroit for like my first preseason game. I think that was even crazier for me than my first like regular season game.
Babcock scratched him. It was probably like his 1000th game or something.
Yeah,
He was probably in the he was in the sauna just
riding the
letting
bike.
out his beers. Yeah.
Babcock, my God. Yeah, Datsuk's tough to deal with, man. I had to deal with him a couple times too, just like trying to go out and just front him somehow. and then Andy Murray's like, Cam, get off. And I'm like, I can't, dude. You know, and then Datsuk's just taking advantage of you. He'd go right towards me to do something crazy. My God.
He just like seeks people out and just makes them look silly. I've been one of those. I've been on that receiving end.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. So you get to Winnipeg. That's kind of crazy. I had friends who lived in Atlanta. They're like, you won't believe it. You just show up to the game 4 minutes before the game. They're just handing out tickets. You can just you'll get a ticket. You can just walk into the game. So you get to Winnipeg. Yeah.
It was a cool venue though, and like Phillips Arena was like, if you've ever been there, but like one side is all boxes.
Yeah.
It's like all the way down, which is like cool. The only time we would ever really get a good crowd though is when we played an original 16, which it was like buzzing in there when we got it. I mean, it was all away, but it was just loud. Like if you want to play in a loud place, but get up to Winnipeg, it was a whole different story.
How's the city of Atlanta though? Like traffic everywhere. Like, did people recognize you guys? Did they care? Was it kind of nice that they didn't care? I mean, like, or you probably didn't even. I mean, you were so young, it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, you didn't really get recognized too much. You're kind of like, when we were there, we were like you had like the Falcons, the Hawks, then you had like college.
Oh
yeah,
right.
Georgia Tech,
like Georgia Tech.
Damn right.
Even though Georgia's not in Atlanta, there's still a big following there. Funny story. I was out in our practice rink was out like towards Gwinnett. And I was 18 and I was like, I always wanted to buy an Escalade. So I buy an Escalade. I get this thing all decked out. I'm filling up my truck with gas. This guy sees like this young kid and he's like, what do you do for work? And I was like, I usually don't tell people. I like panicked and I was like, oh, I play hockey. And this is like your typical like person that doesn't know anything about hockey. He was like, oh, for who? And I was like, oh, the Thrasher. And he's like, oh, nice, man. One day you keep working hard, maybe you could play for the Gladiators. Like, I was like, just had no clue, like, the difference of, and I was just like, all right, yeah, sounds good. I'll keep working hard.
But then you go to Winnipeg, though, and then, you walk around and everybody knows you. Like, everybody's like, whoa, I saw you turn the puck over twice yesterday. You were -3. We remember. And you're like, God damn, okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying my best.
It did get a little crazy there for a bit, but I mean, you would rather have that in the sense of like people care, like they're invested in the community.
Yep.
That being said, though, like it's not fun every time you go out to dinner, or go for drinks, or even just like trying to grocery shop. People having little comments towards you or want to talk. Like I feel like so many people think that hockey players just want to talk about hockey, which is like not the case. But the people in Winnipeg were great to me. And then when I left there, it was bittersweet because I had signed my long-term deal there, but it was just time for a change for me. And then to get kind of sent over to the Buffalo, like my home state, it was close to my parents, and everyone, my family was there. So it was cool.
That was a big trade, though.
Yeah, it was
a real big trade.
That was a lot. I actually didn't even like when you get traded, you're like, oh, like, okay, whatever. I didn't even like really care who I got traded for. And I like read, there was like a lot of people and a lot of picks involved in that. And I was like, oh, that was like a pretty big one. Like
Kane was a throw-in.
Yeah.
They were like Bogosian for like 10 guys, and then we'll give you Kane.
You know what's funny is I was Twitter. I was like, I had Twitter at the time, and it said like Evander Kane traded to the Buffalo Sabres, details coming. And then like Bob McKenzie, I'm pretty sure, tweeted like, there's one more player. And then like 5 minutes later, he was like, "Believe that player is Bogosian or whatever," and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I like got dressed and like went to the rink, and I walked in, and Larry Simmons was like waiting at the change room. He's just like, I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" It was my first time ever getting traded, so I was like, "Oh, it's interesting."
It's exciting, you know. How was it,
Yeah,
Kane? How was Evander Kane? Cool guy. I mean, he's got so many different kind of things going on, and you know, some people say they like him, some people don't. I don't know.
I played with him for 10 years, like
Whoa.
from Atlanta to Winnipeg to Buffalo together. Like, I have a lot of time for Evander. I think if you get to know him, and you kind of break down the walls a little bit, and like he trusts you, and you can trust him, I think it's fine. I just think that unfortunately, you know, he's been in the public eye for the wrong reasons, right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever. I mean, that's his argument to be had. But I always got along with him great. He was fine with me. I was fine with him. Got a great family. His parents like would give me, like, when I had my kids, like they would always bring like the kids books and gifts. Like, so I always had that relationship, but it was almost more like we weren't like best buddies. It was almost like, all right, the puck drops at 7 o'clock. I got your back. You got my back. Let's do this. Didn't hang out a ton outside of the rink, but we just had different interests. Like I'm an outdoorsman. Like he's not an outdoorsman. Like if I'm spending time away from the rink, I want to go hunting and fishing. You know, and I don't like. I generally hang out with people that kind of have more of that interest.
What are you hunting?
Everything.
Yeah, baby. What's up?
No, I like. I got it when I was down in Tampa. I did a lot of hog hunting. That's amazing. Nighttime thermal scopes.
Yeah,
it's sweet.
Whoa, wait a minute.
You go with the dogs at night.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so, like, what the hogs they just come out at night? Like, what? Set the scene for me. I need to know like what's going on with hog hunting. Nighttime hog hunting.
Set the scene. It's like a scene from Rambo, dude. It's like
that's what it sounds like.
Get your face all painted and it's pitch black out. You just put face paint on just for no reason. It's already dark. No, it's fun though. Like I deer hunt, I turkey hunt, do a little bit of bird hunting, but hog hunting to me is the most fun. I bow hunt for deer and turkey, but with the hog hunting, it's fun. It's it's a rush. Like you're out there, it's dangerous. You're in the Florida woods. You got gators and snakes, and all types of stuff out there.
Panthers.
Yeah, there's a ton of shit that'll kill you out there, but it's just fun. Like you go out there, like we'll run with the dogs too, and it's like you're out there with just a flashlight and the dogs, and you're chasing the dogs. They're chasing after hogs. It's like kind of chaos, but it's like such a rush. I love it. Kind of gives me like my peace, and as much as it sounds like a psycho thing to say, but just like being out there, being away from like everything, it's the best.
What time are you going out there to hog hunt?
A lot of times I'll go out at like and come back to the house at like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Honey, I'm going hog hunting again.
Hey,
meanwhile, you're fucking partying at the bar.
Exactly.
Different type of hog hunting.
What is it? Zach is hog hunting every night.
He really enjoys hunting.
He's really gotten into Is your husband into hog hunting?
But he's dressing really nice.
Everybody else is like, no, mine doesn't hog hunt.
I brought the rig out there a few times with me. He's not an outdoorsman, but
no, he's not.
Is he fucking funny in the woods, man? It is great. He's like, I call him a spotter. So he'll be next to me with like thermal binoculars.
Like, whoa, what the fuck is that?
He'll be like, dude, there's a dude, big hog, and it ends up it's like a squirrel
or a tree.
It's so good though. He's amazing. I love that guy. He's so
we,
fun.
man. So do we. Hey, those hogs now are they boars or hogs?
Is it a wild boar? I didn't want to ask the dumb question.
Yeah, they're like feral hogs. They're disgusting.
They're scary, dude. They'll fucking kill you too.
How big are they?
They charge you.
Bigger than you.
Really?
Yeah, I mean we've found a couple like 300-pounders, 350 pounds. Like they're generally like, I don't know, 150, 200, but like there's some big boys out there.
So is that's like one of the only spots to hog hunt? Is it best in the Southeast? Like I don't think they're hog hunting here.
Texas, Georgia.
Yeah.
how far north they go. But they're just like, they're disgusting.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
yeah,
rats.
and they ruin the like environment, man. They dig up all the roots and all the irrigation for all these like farmers. That's their livelihood, and they're just like, they're losing the crop because there's not the proper irrigation, and it's just they're fun to hunt because you're doing something for the community, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, they're overpopulated. You know.
Yeah, way too many of them.
What kind of guns you got, man? You got a big gun safe?
I do, yeah. I got a lot. Big gun guy. I got ARs, I got a lot of shotguns. I got a couple sniper rifles, a couple Glocks. I grew up shooting, so I love outdoor. I love guns, responsibly. But yeah, I have a lot of ARs.
Load up on those, dude. You never know. Load up on them. Shit, those might be worth $500,000 someday.
Those would be like, my guns would be like Rolexes.
Fucking gold dust,
baby. 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you make your fortune? I sold ARs.
I sold ARs.
They're this is what it is.
So you're surrounded by great hunting up there, though, right? Minnesota's like.
Yeah, and I haven't done a ton of it here. I've deer hunted here, but now that I'm like going to be here for 2 more years, like I've never really been in Minnesota like during like hunting season, so it'll be fun to try to get out and do some stuff because I'd always leave in September and then come back at the end of the season, so I'd miss all of it up here. But it's great. Kind of already starting to scope out and try to have some conversations with people about getting out. So yeah, it's definitely a passion of mine.
I don't mean to change the subject, but back to Buffalo when you were there. I'm trying to think what year that was, but I don't know if you guys were kind of in the mix throughout the year or not. But I think you got banged up a little bit, and they put you on waivers, and you didn't report. Like, how was it unorganized there? And what happened with all that? It's tough for a team like somebody like you, bust their balls every day, like a team guy, to kind of get kicked to the curb like that. So what went down?
Yeah, I mean, it was at the end. It was a shit show for me. Obviously, going through waivers, getting sent down, me not reporting. I feel like a lot of people like don't know the full story of that. Like it was kind of like a quick little like snippet, like, oh, it doesn't report, okay, terminates contract, see you later. But like what a lot of people don't know is, I had double groin, double hip, double core, and another groin surgery all within 1 year. Oh, God. So I worked my bag off to come back. Like I'm talking, like I was down and out, man. Like there was, like people thought I was done. Like I was trying to get answers about everything for like years, and it just like I couldn't find the right doctors. I was kind of going through some weird times with, trying to deal with the organization and them basically thinking I was okay, just rest, rehab, and then it was kind of a cycle for a while. So finally I get all my work done and I worked my dick off to fucking come back and play, and they were just like, well, you're not going to play. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And they wanted to go in a different direction. They wanted to go younger. And then I'll never agree with it, but I understand it. Like I get what they were trying to do. I would I'll pick myself 10 out of 10 times, but I basically, I had to ask, I said, well, then get rid of me. Like trade me. I don't care. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. If you're not going to play me, like, I want to play. And I think they like soft. I get it. I just had like all that work done. I was making, some money, and it was kind of to the point where I was like, try to trade me if you can find a home for me, great. And then they couldn't find one, and then they sent me down, and I said, I'm not going. So I will go become a free agent. I'm going to bet on myself. I've been through way too much with all the surgeries and the rehabs and all the things that I've done to like get back and play and be the player that I think I could be. And then I terminated my contract, and everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, "You just left 1.2 or 1.5 million dollars on the table." Like, and I was just like, "I don't give a shit." Like, to me, it's not about the money. Like, I'm in like a different mindset right now. Like, I'm in like a competitor, like believe in yourself mentality right now. And then fucking 6 months later, I'm lifting a cup over my head. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I made the right fucking decision. Like, I would have got buried down there, and my career would have been over. Like, and that was in 2019. So, like, now it's 2024 and I'm still going. I was just like, that's the best decision I made, was terminate my contract in Buffalo and just trying to get out of there.
Yeah, because man, you go down there and all of a sudden, you don't have full control over the situation down there either. So you just that is risky. But at the same time, you were at an age where I think reputation was still there that a team would take a chance on you. I mean, how'd you end up getting to Tampa?
Well, it's funny because all the Buffalo media was like, this guy, like this bad mouthing, like this guy, this, and he's going down to Rochester and his career's over, blah blah. I shit you not, the contract, and like an hour later, I had 12 contracts on the table from different teams. I was just like, wanted to just show that to the Buffalo media, like, yeah, you think, like, I was rattled, but yeah, I had 12 contracts right away, and then I kind of narrowed it down to a few different ones that I thought maybe I would fit, because at the end of the day, like, I don't want to be in the same situation that I was just coming from Buffalo, so I'm trying to pick the right team. And I had I kind of narrowed it down to like, had great talks with a lot of teams, but then I was like, all right, I've made my decision. And then my agent was like, just wait on it for a second, like, give it the afternoon, just like wait. Okay. And then Julian called out of nowhere and was like, we'd love to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I start talking to them. I get on the phone with Coop, and I'm like, then my mind's in a blender. I'm like, I looked at my wife. I'm like, I think I got to go to Tampa. She was like, yeah, like, do whatever you think, trust your gut. And I was like, that might be the best team I'll ever play on in my entire life. Like, I can't pass up this opportunity. Like, forget like if I'm gonna like play a ton or not. Like, this, I know I'll believe in myself. I've believed in myself this whole time. Like, I'll go down there, I'll perform, I'll earn a spot, and I'll play, and it's gonna be fun. And luckily, that was the situation, so it was great.
How was the bubble?
Oh God.
It was back on it. It felt, when you were there, it felt long. It was pretty funny. Like, it's like you're like it's like you're back in junior. Like, you're just like hanging out with the guys all day. Like, Ian Rig, there, like, the only time we were not together was when he'd be like sleeping. When I'd be like sleeping, and sometimes we even like crash in the same room. Like, we were just always hanging out. But just to have like all the guys together at all times, because like, you did obviously miss your family, but it made it easier that you were with a bunch of guys that were going through the same thing, right? So everyone was in the exact same boat. It was fun. Obviously, winning helps, but it was just, that was such a close team that, like, we were all hung out all the time, play cards, have beers. Some guys would play video games. Some guys would just like hang out and have beers. Like, we had this lounge area where everyone kind of met throughout the day or night, and it was so much fun.
Like, all the teams hung out together, right? I mean, like, you'd have guys from different teams.
Yeah, that was like something new for me, because I was like, we first get there and you're supposed to quarantine. You're like, every team had their own floor, and then finally, like, we're all sitting there like night one, and we're like, what the fuck are we doing? Let's just go up to the rooftop. We're like, let's just go up to the rooftop and see like what's up there. I don't know. Like, we don't know anything about the hotel, anything about the situation. And then like, we go upstairs and it's like the entire NHL is on the rooftop, just a bunch of dudes having beers, like mingling. It was so funny. Like, there was a couple fun nights up there where it was just when you get that many, like, you had like Ovi, all those guys, like, you see they were like having like conversations about the game. Like, that was like so cool about like where we're at as a league. And like, you know, essentially those guys are so important to the league. Like, to have them be able to like talk about it over a beer is like, I think that is so important to the league. It was awesome.
But then you're like, okay, this is a fucking sausage fest. Where are the goddamn women at? Like, imagine if you're like a young kid, like you know, you're still on social media, and they're like, dude, there's a girl literally a half a mile away. It must have been tempting for some guys to be like, I gotta go meet with this broad.
The NBA bubble, they're like sneaking out
in
dude,
hockey bags,
and they're bringing them in.
Anybody sneaking you girls in hockey bags?
You know what?
She works here.
She works here.
We did have such a good setup though, like because we were at the Hotel X and we had access to BMO Field, so it didn't feel like you were quite in prison. But yeah, I can imagine the younger guys probably want to get out there and mingle a little bit. But.
A little bit. Oh, God.
But dude, like when you're when you get to Tampa, why was that such a good fit? And like, describe that core group of players, man. You could just tell that the team was close from the outside, and there's a reason why they had so much success. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and even to this day, like we were just all at Lauren's wedding last week. It's just like, even though we haven't been together for like a few years, like everyone's like so close. But I was lucky because I'd signed with Tampa. I called Stammer. I've known Stammer with the same draft year, so I've known Stammer forever. I called him. I knew Kevin Shattenkirk. I knew Ryan McDonough from the USA Hockey. Like I knew all these guys. I knew Luke Shen. He was in my draft. So it was like it was a familiar place for me, even though I'd never played there. Like I kind of like walked in the locker room and kind of slid right in with those guys, and you could just tell the way the locker room was run that we were going to be good, or it was something like if you were to look at like the full story, like they got swept the year before by Columbus. Oh, yeah. So the entire group had something to prove. Kevin Shattenkirk had just gotten bought out by the Rangers, so he had something to prove.
Yeah.
I'm coming down there from my shit show in Buffalo. I have something to prove. Patty Maroon goes from winning the cup to, rejoining Coop. Like he had something to prove. Like it was all guys that had something to prove, even though everyone in that locker room was great players. But like in their mind, competitors, it was like, we haven't done shit yet. So just day one walking in, you can just tell like Stammer sets the tone right away. The guy's the man. Like I can't say enough good things about that guy. I still can't believe he's not a Bolt.
What do you think of that, man?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of him?
Yeah. Like
not playing for the Tampa Bay Lightning next season, and
them,
just how that went down.
I saw the pictures of him at the media day with the Predators uniform on. It doesn't seem real until you see something like that. But I mean, for what he's accomplished, like on and off the ice, is like it's special. And for him to be like, what people don't realize is like, yeah, he scores like 60 goals, but like he is like a gamer. Like comes playoffs, like that guy will block a shot with his face. He'll run somebody through the boards. He'll fight. Like he doesn't care. Like he just wants to win. And like when you have a captain like that like sets the tone every single day, you're like, you can't help but fall in line. Like there's no guys that think they're age, they can do whatever. Like like you have guys like Stammer running the locker room, just a amazing person. And I've known Stammer forever, like I said, but like he's a dad now. Like he's just got that like wisdom of like being a really good hockey player, being a great husband and father, and just like his leadership qualities are just like it's crazy.
What about Coochie? Because like I know he's hilarious.
The best, dude. Oh, he's fucking awesome.
Is he? Okay, cool.
Because people like they get their opinion because they see him at the All-Star game where he goes to the awards show and just
because
like
he doesn't. To him, it's not like it's not about the award. He just wants to be the best. Like, and he doesn't need someone to tell him. He needs to know himself he's the best. He doesn't give a shit about awards. He just wants to be the best player on the ice every single night. He's fucking awesome, hilarious. Like his personality is so quiet. Once in a while, he'll just throw a fucking zinger in there, and you're just like, "This is amazing. I love this."
He's so good, man.
He's so goddamn good. Jesus.
He's so smart. It's
God.
crazy. He's just, you get guys like Kinnan and McDavid that are gonna like blow by you, right? They're just so fast and powerful and elite. And then you got guys like Cooch that can blow by you, but it's more he's just a step ahead in his brain. Like he sees the game just a lot faster than anyone else.
So you go to Toronto, dude, and that's like right on the tail end of COVID. I feel like you wouldn't like handle that well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be the best spot for you in Canada. A lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be lying to you and to tell you that I got the full experience of being a Maple Leaf. Like I never really got that. You're inside the entire time. Everything was a ghost town. It's kind of weird. Like go down there for games and you get the whole city of Toronto it's usually buzzing with people. You like go in there, you see it's like no one on the street, no cars, everything's just wiped out. It was kind of like weird, like eerie, like it was weird. But the organization was great. Like they treat you great, and the guys there were fun. Like Mitchie and Austin, Jumbo, like Morgan Riley, like those guys, they're awesome dudes. Like just Jake Muzzin, Simmer, like there were so many good guys there. We had fun, like with what we could. But it was less than ideal, that's for sure. My family wasn't there with me. It was like they ended up leaving. I think around like February or March, just because like the kids were going crazy. Like you couldn't leave the house in the middle of winter, like can't do anything. So they ended up leaving, and I moved in with Mitchie and relived my junior days. So that was good.
Hey, was it like a nightmare where like, you look outside when you're young and all your friends are playing outside, but you're in bed? Like, are you like all your buddies down in Tampa and shit are partying?
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is the difference?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be like in my like hotel room and I'd be FaceTiming like Mac and Rig and they'd be like out for dinner in like Nashville. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like what, like there was like no social distancing. It was like they were just sitting at a table just having dinner. Like it was great. Like I was like, oh man, you guys suck.
Dude. It's not them that sucked. Like it was the policies up there were a lot more strict, man. It turned a lot of people off.
Brutal. It was brutal. It was I don't know. I mean, I respect every law and all that stuff, but for a hot minute there, I was teetering on the edge of being like, all right, like I can't do this shit anymore.
I get you.
Let me ask you this though, and I know you're still playing, but like you've been on a championship team, and then you're with that core group in Toronto, who has got so much talent, and they're trying to get there. Like where do you think they are? Like what's the difference between a team that gets there versus one that may have a ton of talent, and maybe they don't have the full complement that Tampa has, because you got horses everywhere. But where's Toronto in your opinion?
I mean, they're good, man. I mean, you like any of those guys. I know that Toronto gets a lot of grief about like how much they're paying the big boys and kind of taking up a chunk of the salary cap, but those guys deserve it, man. Like they're all really good. I actually don't go to bat for Mitchie. I don't understand why everyone is always up his ass about everything. I mean, that kid is such a good kid. He's a good leader. He's always trying to like take care of everyone around the locker room. Like he's obviously a great player, but it's almost like he's like the scapegoat for everyone, like the lightning rod for everyone to say like, oh, this is the problem. He is. I've played with a lot of guys. He is as good of a person and a teammate as I've ever seen. So a lot of people give him shit about, oh, this and that, and you haven't done this. And it's like, well, he's trying everything. Like he's such a good player. He's a good person. He's a good leader, like I said. I just don't know like what they're, for them, they beat us in was it game 7. I can't. No, game 6. I think they beat us in 6. That was like their first, first round win in a while. They were good. Like they had a good team. Like they came in and I think they got Schenner. They got some beef like back there. Like there was.
Yeah.
It's just people forget like they're still like those guys are like 25, 26. Like when we did it in Tampa, like Dammer was like 30. Like Cooch was like 26, probably 25, 26. Like it's still like everyone acts like the window's like closing. Like
No,
the
man.
problem.
Yeah, Chief's gonna be good for him
nowadays,
too. You know,
Yes.
the problem with hockey nowadays, you like the second you turn 30, they think it's like the new 40. It's like, dude, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of game left, like that are playing in their early 30s.
dude, when I first started covering the league, guys in their mid 30s were getting like long-term deals still.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
making big time money.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
No.
I agree. It's changed now. They just, although if guys keep performing now the way they have been, like you got a lot of guys who are getting older who are still playing at a high level right now too. So maybe that'll shift a little bit, especially if the cap goes up. But I'm glad you said that about Marner, man, because he needs some people to kind of come to his defense. I think Chief will protect him too a little bit.
I'll have his back every fucking day of the week, man. That kid he is the best. Like, and anyone that has something to say about him, they can fuck off because he's such a good person. Like they don't know anyone that doesn't know somebody and decides they're gonna rip them. Get to know the person first.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but on the other hand, he did spin off a couple hits and stuff like that. I mean, there's a highlight reel in the playoffs where he didn't seem like he was battling as hard, and I think that's where the big criticism
It's the
comes.
optics, but
it's not like he's a bad
but you
guy.
get Adam Oates and some of these guys coming
Yeah.
on here, and they're like, yeah, but they don't talk about, the inability to get the puck to the forwards and the issues that are going on at the other end.
Yeah, I get that.
He really came to his defense too, man. And speaking at a high level.
The thing though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though is when not going to run somebody over. That's not his game. Right. So it's like if you like what his game is he's going to outthink somebody. He's going to outwork them in the sense of moving his feet and getting around them. But as far as like, I get there's a certain time and place to like take a hit, but like a lot of those like smart players, like you never really see Cooch get hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like he's good at just not getting hit. And Mitchie's not the biggest guy in the world. And if you're trying to, if I'm him and you see a guy like me coming to kill you, he probably doesn't want that. So he's probably going to live to fight another day and make a play the next year.
Hey, some of these young guys should learn that. Hey, Connor Bedard, man, he needs to learn to avoid getting hit. You know what I mean? Like he's taking hits.
Yeah. Taking too many hits.
And it's not helping his team. Any of these young guys, man, any superstar, it's not helping your team when you're taking hits and you're out of the lineup either.
No, for sure. And you don't want any of your superstars getting hit, but there's a lot of guys that are really fast that skate themselves into trouble, and that's right.
Hey, in a loud market, man, one guy always seems to be the easy target, and for whatever.
We get that here in St. Louis too, man, with guys, man.
Yeah.
Jay Bouwmeester went through it. Now he's a freaking hero. Like it comes and goes, and you could change it in 2 seconds.
J-Bo?
He's an outdoorsman.
Oh, dude, well, he's a different type of outdoorsman than you, though. He's more riding mountain bikes and stuff.
That guy from goal line to the far blue line was like unbelievable.
Skater.
As a defenseman, I was just like, geez, like this. There's certain things that you pick up on that I'm like, wow, that guy is from his like goal line, like to like the far blue line, like that. He owned that area of the ice.
He was a big reason why they won in 19, dude. A big reason, J-Bo. He got his hips fixed. He had a fucking hip problem, and people are bashing him here left and right, and all of a sudden, boom, he's good. And now he's a hero.
You get those hips fixed, you can start skating again.
And that's what happened.
Fuck, you went through that, man.
You know.
Hey, real quick though, when you were banged up like that, did you get were you eating painkillers and shit? Did you get caught up in any of that stuff?
No, I never did. Man. I was lucky. Like, honestly, it could have went south fast because I had so much work done.
Yeah.
I just like psycho though. I was just like, I want to feel every fucking bit of pain. Like this is gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
Like I kind of went a little dark there, but in a good way.
Good for you.
Hey, listen, I want to go back real quick. Your draft class, because you weren't like a guy that was playing in the U17s and U18s and getting all this international exposure and doing all that. So how did things happen for you so quickly where you become this guy who's drafted 3rd overall in maybe the best draft in NHL history when you look at the defensemen taken in that draft, man. It's absolutely incredible, the guys that were selected in 08.
Yeah, I kind of, well, where I'm from in New York is like really small town. So I didn't play like anything big growing up. Like I was never like, I see even kids around Minnesota, like they have to play on certain teams at certain times to have their chance to go to the brick tournament and all that. Like I never even knew what the brick tournament was. Like I played, it was an A association for a while, but then there wasn't enough kids. So it turned into like a B hockey association. So I did that until I was 12 or 13. I had played like 2 or 3 summers of summer hockey up in Montreal and Ottawa. My dad saw like I loved hockey and he wanted me to maybe just get a little more exposure as far as like the talent. So then I go down, played 2 years of prep school hockey down in Massachusetts, which was cool. I was ready to leave though. Like I'm not a boarding school guy. Like it wasn't. I don't do well with people telling me to go to bed that aren't like my parents.
Yeah.
So
Zach, you need to make your bed.
Zachary, sir.
Yeah.
Put your shoes under your bed, Zach, and lights out.
Oh God.
Yeah, the whole lights out thing at like 10 o'clock. I was like,
oh my God,
man?
I'd get homesick at that age. I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah. So then I went up to Peterborough and like I kind of came out of nowhere. I used to be a forward. And I was playing forward at Cushing, the prep school. And one of our defensemen got hurt, I think. So I played defense that game, and it was like a showcase tournament. And a bunch of like, because it's Massachusetts, there's a lot of Quebec teams there, a lot of college teams, and then there's a few OHL teams, and Peterborough was one of them. So they signed me to play defense, and I had played defense before growing up, but at that point in my life, I was only playing forward. And they drafted me as a defenseman. I played in Peterborough as a defenseman. And it was great. My experience there was awesome. They played me a ton. I learned a lot, like, playing against like Tavares and Stamkos and all these guys that were my age. I've like heard about them, but I've never like actually seen them. I never really crossed paths with them when I was younger at any tournaments because I wasn't really on any teams that would have been at that level. And then, next thing you know, it's like draft year and I was playing well. I was having fun. Kind of just like trying to, in my mind, I wanted to play in the NHL at 18. Like that was like my thing. I think I can do it. Just got to work hard. And I just like committed myself, in the gym, on the ice. Everything was like hockey. And then, I get drafted and just walked in as a 18-year-old and just full of like 2 years before that, I was in like a high school classroom. Next thing you know, I'm walking in the locker room. I was just like, it was kind of like I just got thrown into the fire, but it was good for me. Just I had a lot of growing up to do, but it was like kind of like on the run, which was cool. Like I've been on the run since basically I was 13 years old when I moved away to go to prep school. I just been trying to adapt, learn about cities and people and where they're from and all these things. I've always been like open to and optimistic of like learning about people, different personalities. Like I like that kind of shit. I don't know. I'm kind of a geek about that stuff.
No, that's cool, man.
No, man.
That's cool. I'm the same way. But that draft class, Cam, I mean, from Petro to Doughty and fucking Eric Carlson,
I know.
Tyler Myers, Delzato, Luke Shen.
Yeah, it was very D heavy. It was our top I remember our top prospects game. It was in Edmonton, and I just remember all everyone there is obviously really good, but I just remember like looking around at all the defensemen. I was like, damn, there's some really good players here. Like this is like, I think there was 12 defensemen. And I think like all 12 of us went in like the top, like 25 picks or something like that. It was crazy.
Jesus.
Did you know Doughty like in Petro? Cause you're seeing them in the OHL too. Like you knew they were going to be great players.
Yeah. It was always like the difference between Dewey and Petro were like it's kind of the same way they are now. Like Petro's like probably a little more quiet about his game, like very smart. Was really always really good at moving the puck. Where Dewey was like kind of like just like would like freelance and just like come out of nowhere and smoke someone and then like grab the puck and just like make a sick play. Like they still like even like when we play against each other now, it's like I just remember like I remember them doing that in the OHL. Just the way that they still play, it's the exact same way. And it's like it's been impressive to watch those two like careers, like just where what they've done and what they've accomplished. It's like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Dewey's like freelance, and he'll put you on your ass, and then he'll fucking chirp you. He'll chirp the whole bench, including Patty. Remember he chirped Patty? Oh yeah. Still Patty's a fucking minor leaguer.
He's got such a good personality. I know Dewey more than Petro. Just we share more mutual friends, but Dewey's hilarious.
I like it. He keeps a low profile too, man.
We want to get him on.
There's like little mystery to him.
Yeah,
also,
he's cool as hell.
He's got so much confidence and swag to his game too, man.
Hey, what about that? What about that kid? I know that Curtis Gabriel came on the scene pretty hot. You know, like he was loud on social media. He's trying to fight everybody. He does this. But you guys are like going back and forth in warm-ups. I mean, you're pretty cool and calm but you were fucking pissed at him.
Gave him a little slash.
You were skating over to his line and whacking him a couple times. Like, what was that all about?
You know what? He was. I'll give him credit. He was like trying to his way. Like the only thing was he was like shooting pucks. He was shooting pucks at guys in warm up, and I was like, all right, dude. Like, come on. Like, everyone here knows you're tough. Like, you don't need to be shooting pucks at people. But he did well. Like it was, I was just like, I guess trying to stick up for my team. Like I couldn't let someone just like do that to my teammates, but I also understood what he was doing. Like he's trying to keep a job. He was trying to fight everyone. He was, and he did. Like he's a tough kid. Like he was very, very willing and, but yeah, that's what it was. We just kind of got into it, and then it kind of just fizzled out into nothing. The rest of the game, it was just kind of like just two dudes being idiots at each other, and then went about our ways.
That's when Salvador was calling him Boshaman.
He's calling you Boshaman.
Yeah, he was
on the highlight.
I've played against that guy for so many years. Like, how do you not remember my last name?
Boshaman.
Man, I do that shit.
I didn't do very well against the Devils whenever I played. He didn't know my name.
Boshaman.
Well, dude, Anaheim. I love that you're still going, man.
Yeah,
and you get the 2-year extension.
Damn right.
That had to be exciting for you, man. You know what I mean? You've been through an awful lot of shit.
Yep.
You've been at the highest, right? You get drafted top 5. You're top of the hockey world. You've had to grind it. You find yourself on waivers, man. And here you are at 34, man, getting contract extensions.
Damn right.
Winner. So,
damn right.
Yeah,
congrats, man.
It's been fun. Yeah, thank you. It's been fun. If you were,
the beard, you're hunting, you're fishing.
You're jacked as fuck.
This guy's
Take your shirt off real quick. Let me look at you.
Putting war paint on his face at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, you know what though? Like for me to play as long as I have, like just being a small town kid, it's gone by so fast, but it's been so fun. Like the shit you experience and you learn over the years, that is like. For me, like now I have 4 kids, like just like the knowledge of like adversity and like sticking through things. And I'm not sitting here saying that like my kids are all going to be athletes, but it just like, it's fun. I'm glad I went through the shit I went through. I've learned from it. I wouldn't want it any other way. It'd be easy for me to sit there and point fingers at everyone else in my draft that were drafted to good organizations or didn't get any surgeries or whatever. But I'm glad it's made me who I am as a player and a person. Like I've had 13 surgeries, 1 million broken bones, like, and I'm still going. And I'm going for like the love of it. I'm not chasing paychecks. Having money is always fun. Getting money is always fun. But like at this point, I'm just like, I want to be an American defenseman that plays 1,000 games. And for me to go through all the shit that I've been through, to get 1,000 would mean like the world to me. Just because whether it's people have counted me out or unfortunately my body failing me at certain times in my career, like I think getting 1,000 games and the way that I would do it if I could have the opportunity to, I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a self gratification. Like that'd be a great thing, I think, internally for me.
Yeah, you will get it, man.
You
You'll get there, baby.
Mhm.
I was saying
Damn
the
right.
same thing. I was saying the
Damn
same thing
right.
to Shaddy. We talked about. I was saying the same thing to him yesterday, man. I was like, you got to get to 1,000 games, dude. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
I mean,
you know, he's
it's
close.
Yep.
There's not a lot of American defensemen that have done it. Like, and you have like Shattenkirk, Fowler. I'm in like the mid 8s right now, so I still got a little ways to go. But
Carlson, did he get there? John
Carl-
Carlson?
I think Carlson, if he hasn't, he's right there.
Right
Like, but I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's either like it's like 20 or 25 American defensemen have done it. Like, which I could be wrong on that, but it would mean a lot just as an American and as a defenseman. Like that would be pretty cool.
Damn, man. Well, we're rooting for you, dude. We are, man.
Yeah.
Like
you couldn't get Patty to come back to. You couldn't call Billy G like, Billy, let's bring Patty back to Mini.
Listen, me and Patty have had plenty of time together. We did it in Tampa. We did it here. I'm building a house right next to his down in Tampa.
Oh, really?
So
nice.
we will have enough time for the rig and BOGO time. So yeah,
I love it.
He keeps extending his career
No
too,
shit.
man. This guy,
fucking Oakville boy.
Great.
We love him, man.
One of a kind. I mean, Cam, I remember when we were at the party. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Me and Rig got really sick right after that. We landed back in Tampa, and I got like deathly ill for like I missed like the first 3 days of training camp.
Was it COVID? Was it like
COVID?
No, the new version?
It wasn't COVID. I don't know what it was. Just that St. Louis water that got me. I think.
It got you. You're goddamn right. Mississippi.
This wasn't like a 5-day hangover. This was like I was fucked in bed.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah, man. You're good now. It's all good, dude.
Yeah.
You got a good thing going, man, and we're all rooting for you, dude. And you got a great reputation around the league, man. Everybody loves you, dude. We wanted to get you on. And I like that hat, by the way. Hell yeah.
Baby. Let's go.
That's hell damn right, baby. Damn right.
Where are you fishing? You gonna go fishing today or no?
I'm going golfing today, actually.
Oh, hey, I meant to ask you about that, dude. How was the American Century champion? Were you caddying for Kyle Rudolph? Is that what it was? Who was it?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, I was caddying for Kyle. It was fun. It was cool. I've never caddied before. God damn, do those guys work hard? Like I was walking 10 miles a day.
Yeah. How was that? Are you tight with Kyle from when he played with the Bucks? Like, what's the connection?
Yeah. So I didn't start hanging out with Kyle till he was with the Bucks, but him being in Minnesota and me, like we're members of the same golf club, and we also we share a bunch of mutual friends. We just never like really hung out, but it was he asked me to caddy for him, and you know he's got 4 kids. They all kind of line up at the same ages, and we hang out quite a ton. Like he was here last night for dinner, but it was fun. He asked me, and I was like, I don't really know like a ton about caddying, but I'll do it. I mean, I'm big and strong. I can carry your sticks, and it turned out to be so fun. It was a really cool experience.
That's cool, man.
You're like, here, take the 9-iron. Like, no, give me the fucking.
Give me the
I'll
putter.
tell you what, first few days, I gave him some bad reads, and then by the 3rd round, I was like starting to figure out the course a little bit.
Was that fun? Was it fun out there at the tournament? Sorry, man.
Yeah. No, it's really fun. Get to meet a bunch of really cool people. Bunch of guys that you see a lot on TV or Instagram, but like when you actually get to know them, like they're all just great people. They're all normal. The cool thing about that is like everyone's kind of hanging out at all times. Like you're either at the pool or there's like a barbecue. There's like karaoke night. That was pretty funny. So yeah, it's really good.
It's good to be good at golf, dude. It's just that simple. It's nice to be good at golf, you know.
I know. I'm not good.
We're not.
I like to have fun out there.
Yeah.
That's what I remember my dad told me I would get so frustrated with golf. He's like, Zach, they don't pay you to play golf, so don't get mad at it. I'm like, okay.
Just get your mind right.
Hey, just talk to your mom.
Mhm.
She'll make you feel good about
Get
your
that
golf
mo-
game.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You did really good against Brashear, honey.
Yeah.
I love the way you threw rights.
You did good against him. No, I didn't, Mom, but I love you. I know.
I
Hey,
grabbed
dude.
his left, and my hand went like this. When he went like this, it wasn't good, Mom.
Breathing all over you. Oh,
Yes,
God.
he was.
Monster.
God, he was breathing on me. Mhm.
I told you. Scary. It's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right, dude. Hey, good luck with everything. We'll keep in touch, my man.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
Zachy.
Zach.
See you soon, money.
All right, later.
Right on.
The Cannabis Podcast is brought to you by Bellman. Behlmann. Bellman Automotive. Located where?
Troy.
Troy, Missouri. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Right on the other side, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the winter. All right, that was Zack Bogosian. Awesome dude, man. And
I really like
you know,
him a
he's
lot.
got hobbies, he's got things he likes to do. He loves hockey, loves playing the game. He's great for the younger guys. He's a great teammate. Sticks up for his teammates.
Good player. You know, he's fun to hang
He could
with.
survive in the wilderness.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. He could probably hunt and fish and survive. You know, if you guys were stranded somewhere,
Yeah,
like
he's my kind of friend.
he'd probably take care of you.
Mhm.
You know, he'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like, Don't worry. Sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. over there.
If I was
Don't
in
do
the,
anything."
if I was in the locker room with him, I'd probably be friends.
And he's
with
like, "I'm good in the locker room, Cam. Are you?"
him. Oh,
You know, like, what do you?
mean
Give me an
Cam
example.
today.
Just give me an example. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Why don't you come skate? No, no.
I am Wednesday.
Like, that's all you got to do.
I am Wednesday. This Wednesday, because I have to, because
420,
I've got a
let's go.
charity game coming up on Saturday. I need to get a skate in.
Got to.
So I'll be there on
Skate with the boys, dude.
Wednesday
We're all
for sure.
chill.
Did you skate this morning?
No.
Mm.
No.
So you're
Mondays
not,
are tough.
You're not doing the mornings.
Fridays I do.
Mhm.
So Wednesday, Friday I skate.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
That's good for me right now.
Oh, it's perfect, actually.
You know.
Highlights of the interview?
Oh, the COVID thing was pretty funny.
Mhm.
Not funny, or he's just like, you know, he's up in Toronto. He's like, fuck, and he's just like locked down up there. And then all of a sudden he calls Patty Maroon, who he loves, you know. And Patty and
FaceTime.
Patty and all the boys are in Nashville, like partying at the goddamn restaurant, eating steak, no mask, doing this. He's like, what the fuck am I doing? What's the difference?
Mhm.
Is COVID different in Nashville than it is in Toronto?
I don't
It's
know,
all the
but
fucking
he
same.
he came to bat for Mitchie, which I
He
really
did.
liked.
He did. A lot of guys do.
A lot
He's
of guys
supposed to be a
do.
good guy, man. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about good, but like he was soft in the playoffs. It is what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
and he made some great plays too, and he's not the only one
I know.
who's soft in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's one of the
he
guys that makes a
is
lot of
the
money.
poster child.
Well, yeah. Well, what he was soft. Like that's what like even Prongs, Zach, who I love, they're all defending him. And I get it, but like
Adam Oates.
Adam Oates, same thing. They're all defending Mitchie Marner.
What's the
They're probably
what's
smart.
the common denominator?
They're all
All
smart.
the hockey.
They're
guys.
all smart. They're
All
all
the smart hockey guys.
I see what I see.
Yeah.
Guy fucking spinning off plays like no other, dude.
Okay.
You saw it too. What are you talking about? We talked about it. We broke it down.
He had a couple, but like it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what it is. He's not very good in the playoffs.
He's gonna have. I think Craig Berube's gonna challenge him.
That's a different story.
You know what's gonna happen?
That's right.
He's gonna turn it on. He's gonna be a completely different player. Mitch Marner is gonna have a great season. He's gonna get to 100 points, maybe for the first time in his career. I don't even know if he's gotten to
I
100
wouldn't
because
disagree
it's
with
always
that.
been a high 90s.
Yep.
He's gonna show a level of determination and commitment that people have been asking for. He's gonna do it this year. He's gonna shove it up a lot of people's.
Then do it.
You know what? And
Then
you
do
know what? That he's gonna leave.
Yeah, he's probably gonna leave. Yeah.
And he's gonna leave. He said, no. You guys chirped me. You guys didn't. I'm leaving.
Well, give him a reason not to chirp you. You know what I mean?
Well, he has.
You had a lot of
He's
material
giving them a lot of reason not to chirp.
during the regular season.
Mhm.
When the playoffs, he just doesn't do enough.
But they're also just not. They just haven't been good enough either.
Well, maybe if he was a little bit better, they would have squeaked by and against Boston. And then who? Okay, so their team's not as good.
No.
Okay. You know,
No.
I just like.
I saw some
listen,
shifts that he
listen,
just.
It's not all Mitch Marner's fault. It's not that he's.
Well, according to you, it is.
I didn't say that. Quote me on that.
He's blaming.
all his fault.
Everybody just blames him.
No, you over exaggerate on things. Just like when you get chirped, you're like, I was joking. It's just the same kind of ordeal.
Uh-huh.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying there's material there where people can chirp you. Just
Okay.
like with Jordan Cairo.
Yeah.
Just like with a lot of guys. It's all good.
Mhm.
You know, it's not all on them, but like you see plays and the main part of it is because he was soft in different areas through different important times of certain games in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he gets chirped for it.
Okay.
He's okay. You know?
Okay.
And we act like that didn't happen? What the fuck? Are we real on here?
Yeah. Keep it real.
I'm trying to, you know?
Be real.
Nothing against Mitch Marner. I don't care. I want them to succeed, you know?
So Bogosian, his brother's a mental. I don't know if he's a Navy SEAL. Dude.
That's a.
I don't want. Is
monster
that gonna be disrespectful to the other Navy SEALs and stuff like that? Because I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna have to take.
No, it's not that big.
Because I don't mean it like that.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You probably read something different. It's all good.
No, I was told that he was.
I think that
No,
Navy, if you're a Navy SEAL and you get mad at that, then calm
But do you know that somebody told me he was? I just can't find that confirmation.
Dakota Murmas.
Yeah, Dakota.
So you threw him on the bus.
No.
Probably was like, I didn't say that.
Oh. I don't think I would make that up on my own.
No, you wouldn't.
Somebody told me that.
It's okay.
No, it was Dakota for sure.
Dude, I do that
Because
all
he
the time.
he hung out with him a
I
lot
do it all the time. It's all good.
in Minnesota. And now Dakota, by the way, is in Toronto.
Yeah. St. Louis kid. Good kid.
He's cool.
Good kid.
Great kid. All right, so that does it for this edition. Next week, it's going to be a little bit of a different conversation.
Yeah. Be interesting.
So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. We've had a lot of current players on lately. So we wanted to get that going during the off season.
During the off season. Yeah. And training camps will be starting up in about
Pretty
a month
soon.
or so.
Fall's coming, dude. Quick.
Fall is coming.
Fuck, there was preseason football on.
I know it is.
I couldn't watch it.
I can, because I like watching the kids that are like competing for spots and stuff. You don't understand defenses and stuff, different coverages and stuff like that.
Not even gonna say anything.
So I mean,
I'm not gonna say anything because
so-
I'm a bully.
so
I can't counter that.
that's hard for you to watch, which I understand.
It's hard. I'm too stupid.
Firstform again. Order it. Send us your order number, and you are automatically in the sweepstakes, man, for a First Form prize package
Yeah.
with a combined Cam and Strick prize package.
Yes. Right there. All you gotta do is take a picture of your order and send it to us and tag us on.
Nikki, I saw your house, man. It looks beautiful. Congratulations to you and Christy on your new house.
We love
It's
them.
very, very nice.
Yep. We love them a lot.
So anyway, First Form, get one of these, dude. Seriously, get one of these sweatshirts with no sleeves, with a hood. Can you believe that? I think that's why Cam's been mad at me today, because he knows it's a good look.
That make me mad. No, it is. That's a cool.
How does it look? What?
I just can't believe you just wouldn't be like blah 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 blah.
I never heard
real
of that.
quick.
Never even heard of it. I didn't know anybody does that. People shave their underarms?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Or you do?
People do.
You know other people that do?
Sure.
Besides women?
Well, you know.
Cam looks like he looks like Kate when he just lifted his arm up.
Kate looked like me. I wouldn't be with her.
Awesome, man. Hatlaunch.com.
They made some badass new
Amazing
Cannabis
great
hats.
hat. And the hat looks great with the sweatshirt too.
It does. No,
Yeah.
I swear to God, it does.
Yeah. With these shoes. Cam?
See, Andy hasn't worn sandals in a while either. Funny how that works. He does listen to me. I'm not always mean to him, just so you know. Like, I give him constructive criticism all the time.
I'm here.
No, when you call me, and you ask me questions, I'm honest to you about everything.
Yeah.
So I'm always chirping.
Right.
You just set me up to chirp.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
100%
100% right.
You're 100% right. Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Montel Williams apparently had a relationship with Camilla. Did you know that?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, she might win.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, listen, I don't want to I haven't decided who.
We know. She might win.
She might win.
If Trump,
could you imagine?
Trump just needs to shut the fuck up
and just focus on what matters.
The fuck up. Stop fucking tweeting on fucking True Social.
Yeah.
Stop fucking
Twitter.
getting petty with stupid fuck shit. I don't give a fuck about her crowds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck. What is her policies?
Yeah.
What does she stand
What
for?
matters?
Stay on that.
Stop
being petty like a 13-year-old boy.
Reduce the inflation. Secure the border. Focus on that. Shilly Plastering, man. You're looking for a new swimming pool. No better place to turn to than Shilly Plastering. They got that Pebble technology, which is good for like a 5-year warranty, Cam.
You know, the best of the best. A little Dave Shilly, Ryan's daddy. A little shout out, man. Love you, man. Damn right. You were great to me, man. You helped me a lot in my career, early in my career when I knew nothing. You helped me a lot. You're a damn good coach,
you
baby.
helped him get cut
Fuck,
from the
you need anything from me, baby?
Quebec.
No, you did not. Had nothing to do with that. You need help with anything, Dave, man. I'll take care of you, dude.
That's right.
That's what I do. Ryan, what's up?
We want to
baby?
come out and film something by one of those pools.
Yeah. Find the best pool you guys made, and let's have a pool party there.
Yeah.
And we'll come out.
No cameras, though.
We'll come out and entertain everybody like a bunch of clowns. I could do that.
Yeah.
Andy and I could, if you hire us for a party, we'll entertain everybody.
Hire us for a party.
I'll entertain you. Andy will wear he'll wear a shirt in the pool, and I'll make fun of him for it.
Pat McAfee does.
He looks like a Hoosier too. Fuck that. I hate his goddamn shirts. Like they look like that.
His tank tops. I think it's
that looks cool.
Yeah,
his tank tops look Hoosier.
Yeah.
I like Pat though, man. He's real. He's about as cool as you can get for ESPN and all that stuff.
Proper cannabis. Cam and Strict 20.
God, I got stoned.
Oh my God! Did you use the drive-thru?
I ate so much.
Did you use the promo code?
No, I just bought a couple doobies.
Promo code? Cam and Strict 20.
I didn't.
Saves you money, dude.
I should have. They hooked me up. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But I got rocked. Yeah. I'm a fucking man.
Lightweight.
I'm 250, baby. I smoke.
You're
that son of a bitch put me on my ass.
You a rookie? You knew?
No.
You knew? You knew around
Downtown Chinatown.
You knew around here?
No. Born racer.
Bench clears, baby. Hey, hook yourself up with one of these, man.
Hey, baby.
Get one of these tanks.
Right here, baby. Right here.
Get one today.
Ooh, my stomach's growling.
Yeah. Bench clears.
Whoa,
use that promo code Cam and Strict. And do it today. Cam at Bellman, you get no
swinging dicks.
But you get
good service. Dang good service.
Best customer service anywhere you'll find, man.
Good vehicles, too.
GMC, Buick GMC, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. All on one side of the street, all in Troy, Missouri.
Troy, baby.
Say hi to Danny.
Danny, Kenny,
Dale. Everybody.
What the fuck?
Everybody.
What's up, baby? Love all you guys, man.
Yeah.
Right on.
Maddie, Half Coast Studios,
Maddie,
everybody.
love you, dude. Love you, homie.
Brody, Amos, man.
James,
Jason, the whole crew.
Everybody. Love you guys.
Hey, subscribe, and thanks for all your support. This has been episode 3.
What's the number real quick? Because we love
314-312-3708. Hit us up, baby.
Let us know what's up. Let me know about Andy's underarm hair.
Kevin McHale in the post.
What about Marcellus?
Oh, my God. Marcellus Bennett, dude.
Matt, you knew what I was saying when he was getting smashed on Pulp Fiction. That's what I thought he meant. It's all good. He's okay. Love you guys. See ya.